I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy! Oh, man!
And now, your mama knows.
29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What are you, fucking nuts? You thought?
Subscribe to the most epic channel on YouTube for live streams every week. Daily videos. Subscribe. Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon.
Guys, it's the Cowboy King of Entertainment, and I'm back with another live stream. We gotta trade one hat for another hat. All right, this is more like it. But guys, today I get the opportunity to interview somebody who's pretty cool. I actually know him from Facebook. And yeah, it's kind of cool that we've been playing video games together, aka Mortal Kombat, and I've been ripping him, so he's been running from me and he's been ducking me. But we're gonna get into that today, and we're gonna get into a lot more. Guys, today I have the esteemed pleasure and privilege to announce and introduce to you guys who may not know him, Platinum Godfather. So we're going to get into it. We're going to ask him all type of questions. He's open for you guys to ask him any questions. It's going to be pretty cool. Dare I say, it's going to be epic, but he will have you believe it's going to be legendary. And so it's going to be pretty cool. Remember, you guys can ask any questions you like. Just make sure you write a Q and put your question or put out question, so we'll make sure we don't skip over everything. But it's gonna be cool. One thing first, I gotta feed the fish. I didn't do that yet today, so just give me a moment. All right, so let's get the fish fed. I gotta turn on one of my other lights as well. I gotta do a spin kick, because you know me. All right, guys, now that I've done that, if you're new to the channel, make sure you go to the home page or the home tab, scroll down, and you'll see everything the Cowboy does, from gaming, the podcast, the movie reviews, the product reviews. Guys, I do it all. Everything is on this channel. It's kind of like a smorgasbord of entertainment, if you will. So whatever you see on the channel, if you think it's not for you, trust me, the Cowboy got something for you. So, yeah, I mean, I do vlogging. I got every single birthday, Valentine's Day, you name it, since 2011 is on this channel. Even my honeymoon in Mexico, where my wife and I are swimming with sharks, is on this channel. So, with that being said, I'm going to grab a chair. I hope you guys grab a chair. And we are going to meet. Oh, wait, let me turn on my other light. Let's see. I'd rather have both lights on. All right, there we go. Now, let's meet the one, the only, the Platinum Godfather. What's up, man?
Yo, was really good.
Yo,
Was really good, Cowboy.
man, I am doing good, man, and I think this is cool. I thank you very much. You reached out to me and said, dude, I'll do an interview. So I'm always jumping at the chance to chat with people, talk with people, especially because you're also a content creator and you're a gamer. So definitely want to pull up some of your content, share it out to the people, and good stuff like that. So how you doing today? First things first.
Man, blessed and highly favored. That's what I gotta say, man. First of
Okay.
all, I want to say shout out to you in that intro. That one, the one that gets me the most, that got me cracking up the whole time, was that Chucky laugh, man. Like I couldn't help because it's addictingly funny. So I'm like, okay.
I used to so I
Everything
used
else
to
is
do,
great, man.
I used to do a lot of stuff with Chucky probably a year ago. So much of my channel had a lot to do with Chucky. I just felt he's from New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey. It was a lot of silliness. Like whenever people would come on and I'd be like, you know what? I'm about to let you have it. So I'm going to let Chucky tell you what's going to happen. And then I would do this.
Man the fuck up.
And then after that, it was on. So, you know, good stuff like that. But we got people in the chat already. Dodge Man said, Platinum, do you still hate my scorpion?
What's really good, D? What's happening?
So if people don't know, Dodge
Not
Man and Platinum Godfather, they both play Mortal Kombat. They both are so good. I mean, they're almost on my level, you know? And I mean, but yeah, both guys are really good, man, and it's pretty cool playing them. I learned a lot just playing against them, and so so we got Dodge Man in the building. Mr. Urban World said, "Life is what you make it, so any opportunity, take it." Urban, that was a whack rhyme. If
That's
that
right.
was your first
That's
starting
right.
off. He said, "As long as you got God, you can never be a fraud." So Urban is our resident rapper. If you can't tell, he's gonna, you know, that's what he's gonna do.
Hey, I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm all for it.
He said, "Why bother? It's time to watch the Platinum Godfather." Gaming Fire is in the building. Rock, what's going on, Rock? How you doing, man? So Platinum, man.
What's up?
I got some questions. Really I got some stuff I want to know. And we want to just see where this thing goes, you know. You could also bring up anything you want to tell, anything I missed. When I had Energy on here, I totally left out some stuff, and I'm glad he mentioned it. And then the audience asked some questions. I was like, "Why I didn't think of that?" So definitely we're gonna be all together, from you, myself, to the audience. It's gonna be cool.
Okay. That is a good drink.
I take a sip. Yeah. So I'm in the little gadget.
You always got to end it with that.
So I'm in the gadgets, right? So this thing right here you put on top of a can, right? And so then you kind of turn that can into a bottle. But I also put inside of these the koozies because they keep it cold. So this thing is cold. So you slap it in, right? So it's two things. You got, so I can't take this off because now the soda's around it. But yeah, you pull this off. So when I get a bottle, I open it, I stick this on. So look, I can turn it. So it pretty much turned the can into a bottle.
Interesting. There's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of steps to it, but the premise is it keeps the bottle at a temperature where it needs to be.
Yeah, this keeps the bottle cold. This just turns the can into a bottle, pretty much. Because you know how sometimes you'll open a can of soda and then after a while it goes flat because you can't close it. Well, with this,
help ensures that.
Right. So now it's like if you have a bottle of soda, the bottles of soda stay, they stay stronger longer because you're always capping them off. Anyway, also guys, make sure you check out the review. I did a review on both of these things. It's on the channel. All right, so Platinum, what I want to start off with is the question that I actually didn't ask Energy, which was wild. So I want to ask you first. Okay. Platinum Godfather, where'd you get the name from? Let's get the origin of his name.
It originally wasn't my name that I came together to come together to create. First, I had to think of a marketing name, something that's catchy, something different, something that has some meaning to it, right? It was originally called Into Gaming because I usually like playing video games at night, but it wasn't marketable enough and interesting name or something I could just carry with me. But after some time of I guess you could say creation, brainstorming, is sort of say, talk to a couple peers of mine at the time.
Right.
I like to play, games up to 100%. I like to get the platinum trophies. I am a Godfather. I'm good at what I do. You don't put it all together, platinum Godfather. I'm like, I started laughing. I'm like, that's not bad. That's not bad. Not bad. So much that I put faith into and make it in a little marketing brand, like a logo on my hat, Even up to the point where I create a whole merch store, just creating layers of complexity of say character to the name.
That's what I want to ask you. So you have a logo, the hands are up, it's a ball up there, and it says Platinum Godfather, educate, achieve, inspire. Now that's dope. Yeah. So explain that to me.
So I came up with that just for a simple fact. I like to help inspire others in different ways, even outside of gaming, whether it's I help other people do what they need to do, give solid advice. Sometimes I feel like I'm a consultant, in order to a person to get to where they need to be. Maybe I can help assist them because I know I have more experience than they do. I just had that fine detail of just this paying attention to the things that, that it looks like art to me. I just try to figure things out. So I like to help educate people. If it's something I know, I like to help others, inspire people to want to do things. And along the way, people are going to achieve their goals just like I do.
That's cool, man. Now, let me ask you this. So I can't even remember. So take me through, man, how long did we know each other? Because it's crazy. I didn't put two and two together that you on Facebook was also Platinum Godfather. And so
a different alias, right?
Yeah, so hold on. I was talking about Mortal Kombat, and then you hit me up, and you was like, oh, I'll play some Mortal Kombat. I'm like, hold up, how? I didn't say it. How did he know about me talking about playing Mortal Kombat? And then I was like, oh wait, you was like, yo, it's Platinum Godfather. I'm like, oh, so we knew each other on Facebook before gaming.
Yeah, what started it? I think you made a post, we made a comment. It was something in regards to WWE at some capacity. You made a comment, I made a snapback joke, and that's how this came about. And then you started talking about hosting Wednesdays or Thursdays to where I could try to be there. So that way I can, be a part of the engagement. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where it started.
Awesome. Because I was like, hold up. Because I usually, like most gamers, don't really speak on Facebook. Like I never talk to any. You're the only person I really talk to on Facebook. So I was like,
Yeah, I'm different.
yeah. Everybody's on Twitter, or sorry, X. So when I came in the community, I was like, I don't use Twitter. But they was like, bro, if you don't use Twitter, that's how people communicate. I was like, all right.
That's why
right.
I'm everywhere. I'm all platforms. I try to reach out to everybody, try to network.
No, networking is
any opportunity I can get to in order to get my foot in the door,
So let me see. Urban has a question. He says,
"What's up?"
Question to Platinum Godfather. What do you think of virtual reality as Marvel or DC? All right, wait, let's start. What do you think of virtual reality? So first,
virtual reality, I love it. Sometimes I don't have a good equilibrium balance, so depending on the game, I might hold a good balance. Sometimes I might not. It just depends on what it is. But I enjoy virtual reality. I don't have the space or room for it, but I would definitely be open to it because I consider it, number one, entertaining, a great workout, immersive. I also have a good best friend of mine that I go over his house and we, play virtual reality games. There was one time to where I just stayed in a lobby for like 30, 45 minutes, or probably even longer because I was just so immersed. Everything good?
yeah, there you go. You were saying you were so immersed, you stood in there for like 40 for longer than 45 minutes.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I get immersed very easily. So that's how I feel about virtual reality. I'm all for it. So in regards to Marvel or DC, it's gonna have to be Marvel. Marvel all the way.
Okay. Let's go. Hold on. Let's give him this.
Even though they might not be doing too good right now, but they're gonna.
Yeah, so Marvel is losing me right now, man. Like I'm still watching everything because I've watched everything, but now I'm like, I just watch them all the time. Like for instance, I haven't even watched Loki season 2 yet. I haven't watched Echo yet, and I haven't watched what if season 2 yet. So yeah, I'm just kind of like, Now I've seen all the movies.
Echo's out.
Yeah, Echo came out a week or 2 weeks ago. Okay. And they put out all 5
definitely got
episodes.
to catch up.
They put out all 5 episodes right away, so you could watch the whole thing.
Wow.
And I hear and it's supposed to be super, like really violent, so it's like taking it to a different, angle.
Look like they're gonna gain my subscription today.
All right. Well, the cool thing with subscriptions, you could just get it, watch it, and cancel.
Yep. I wish they had a free trial though.
Yeah. So right now, that's what I've been doing with Apple TV. They had a 3-month free trial. Mr. Urban sent me a 3-month free trial, and because I wanted to watch Monarch because I'm a Godzilla fan. So the cool thing, since I had it, I was like, okay, people recommend good Apple shows. So Urban recommended a bunch. So man, we don't watch a bunch of stuff, and it's going to end, I think, the 17th of next month. So I'm like, okay, I watch everything. All I need to do is watch season 3, and if I do that, I pretty much watch all of that content for free, unless they come out with something else I want to pay for to keep it.
Okay.
Gaming Fire. So what games are you hyped for in 2024?
Oh man, to be honest, I don't know what's coming out in 2024 besides Tekken 8. Do you know any, Cowboy?
There's WWE. Yes, I'm a wrestling fan. So WWE and Tekken are the only 2 games I could think of that I'm buying this year. I have to see. Like once I've seen Warhammer 40 Warhammer whatever, the one coming out September looks pretty dope. But I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. So it looks cool, but I don't know if it looks cool enough for me to actually buy it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Right. Is there like a demo or something you could try? Or
I've seen the video, but I'm never limited because I'm a game.
Ah, my man.
For
Hey,
me,
hey, hey,
I'm not gonna
hey,
play the
hey,
demo.
hey.
Let's go!
Hey.
Hold on.
Hey.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, let's go, my man. Platinum Godfather pulled it out. Like, hold on, bro. Yeah, see, you and me, we won't have that problem. You know, we'll play it and decide if we like it or not. You know,
Right.
let's go, yo. That's what's up. Oh man, oh man. Now you my guy. You my guy for real, man.
I'm your guy.
My Godfather. Yo, Geek the Sneak in the building. What's up, Geek? So, Geek, we're chatting here. Got Platinum Godfather in the building, doing an interview.
What up, though?
And we got a bunch of stuff to ask him. You guys can ask him whatever you want. He's a cool guy. I'm gonna pull up your channel and post it up. Let me see. How can I find your channel the fastest way? Let me see. Go to YouTube. I feel like it's just regular Platinum Godfather, right?
It should be under Platinum. Try Platinum Godfather LLC.
LLC.
Yes.
All right. Let me see. LLC. All right. So let's see. Bam. All right. So check it out, guys. Here is Platinum's. Okay.
Was really good, chat.
Definitely. Bam. There you go. So guys, definitely check him out. Cool dude, man. But what's cool about him is he is about these fighting games, at least Mortal Kombat. And you said Tekken. Now you got me, you know, you give me a little run for my money, be beating me up in Mortal Kombat, but bro, don't come over to Tekken, all right?
But you're good though. You're good as you just hey.
Now you know what it is?
I got as Dodge, you're good as me. I'm not perfect.
I guess I'm annoyed with fighting games a little bit. So I'm just like, so I'm not really I'm not practicing, I'm just playing. So but me and Dodge Man was saying is when they come out with the co-op practice, then he was like, yo, we should start getting in because they're gonna have, we could just jump in and just practice together. And so then I guess I'll say, okay, let me learn some stuff and actually get serious. But I just got the regular fun. I'm a dirty fire. I sweep people overhead. But once I learn all that nonsense you and Dodge be doing, like the 20,000 8-hit combos, then
I love it.
All right. So Dodge Man got a question. He said, "Hey Platinum, do you play on Xbox too?" Okay.
No, I don't play on Xbox. I play on a PS5. I've been Sony. I'm just as much as I'm a Sony player, as just as much of an Android user, and I'm proud to say that.
So that's weird. That's kind of me too. I'm Team Android, and
yep,
and also PlayStation. But I do from time to time have xCloud. So I currently have xCloud. I think today might be my last day, or maybe it was yesterday. But I get Game Pass from time to time because they always have a game. And I'm like, you know what? I could get it on this, but if I could just get it right away, and there you have it, just to check it out.
Yeah, and return it when you want to.
Yes. So Mr. Urban got a question. He said, "What are your hobbies?" And two, back in the day, were you Sega or Nintendo? Oh, that's good.
Oh man, I'm answering backwards. I'm answering these questions backwards.
Okay.
So I was a Sega guy when the Sonic, when the what was it? Sectors, all the Sonic games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drawing other blanks.
Mm-hmm.
Help me out here. What's some other good Sonic games that was on there back in the day?
I mean, that's why you said Sonic. They had Sonic 1, 2, Sonic and
Yeah,
Knuckles, Sonic and Tails.
most of those. I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head, but that was significant in my time. But also my hobbies. I do love to work out.
Okay.
Was Zelda on Sega? I wasn't
No,
sure.
no, Nintendo only.
But no, I love to work out. I work out like at least 2-3 times a week.
Cool.
So other than that, I like to try to catch up on playing my video games whenever I can. I stream. I also had the opportunity to do things like this. Be here.
Cool,
Also,
man.
I like to model as well. So if you guys see that on that graphic image, I do like to model. So that's another way of just spreading some inspiration and achievement of mine. So yeah, I like to
That's
do a
cool,
little bit
man.
of that, and I also play mobile games. Love to draw. Like I guess you could say I'm a true nerd at heart because I love anime, love Marvel. I just love a little bit of everything, and I love food. Yeah,
Dude, you hitting all of
love
my
food.
stuff. So I was big into working out, and then I was slacking at shoulder surgery, tore my rotator cuff. So now I'm kind of getting back into it. Man, I used to love drawing. Food is definitely a thing. My wife and I were considered foodies. So that's cool, man. You got a lot of the same interests as me. It's kind of cool. What state do you live in?
I stay in Ohio.
Okay, Ohio. Cool.
Yeah, Ohio area. Right now, everything's going down with the snow. Everything's
Okay.
starting to rain, but I think the worst is yet to come. But that's just me. Just
I don't.
I'm trying to make sure everything's all in the clear. But you never know. Ohio weather might say it's raining. It might just snow 4 inches the next.
You know what's funny is I always thought you was from Jersey. So you remind me of somebody from Jersey. That's where I live at. So I was like, I thought you was from Jersey. So that's funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like the dialect or how I sound? Like I'm always
Yeah, you
interested to know
remind me.
how it sounds
So
to other people.
you remind me of some of my friends I went to high school with. Like some of my boys, like some they was super into like anime and a lot of stuff. Like you remind me of my boys. And so like
Okay.
yeah, like I don't know. You just
Yeah.
literally remind me of somebody I went to high school with. Yeah.
You know what? You know what? I also think that I'm gonna get a little deep here. I also think that like I could resonate with everybody. I'm just that type that could just
Yeah.
vibe with everybody. Just the key word. I could just vibe and
Yeah.
just pick up on and just roll with it. I'm just cool like that.
That's what's up, man. Look, I love how you got the like you said, the merch, it's dope, man. All right.
Yeah, I gotta
Let me see.
represent. Represent, build a brand.
Oh, my man Urban said I already like platinum. He likes VR and Sega. Say no more. He
Right.
said Sonic, Comic Zone, Vector Man.
Vector Man, that's what it was.
That's what I thought you was thinking of because you was like,
Yeah.
yeah. He said Sonic the Hedgehog 3,
And
Sonic
Mortal
Knuckles.
Kombat 2. How can I forget? How can I forget? I'm so sorry. Mortal Kombat 2 was like the dawn of fighting games for me.
Yeah.
No saves. None of the Sega games had
Yeah.
any saves, so you had to either beat it or not, or just try to
So,
do the best you can to memorize it. Just especially with Sonic.
you know what's
Mortal
crazy is
Kombat, you had to climb that tower, and my favorite guy that got me through it was Jax.
Jax. Okay, gotcha. It's funny because
Yeah.
I was just showing my retro collection. I still own Mortal Kombat 2. The Sega Genesis.
You gotta play that back for the one time. You gotta play that like on a old school Sunday or something, or
I'm done. I ain't going backwards.
special Saturday, throwback Thursday. You know what I'm saying?
Throwback Thursday.
You gotta bring it back.
I'm kind of done with that old stuff. Let me see. Yeah, I'm weird, man. Not weird, but I just don't like. I'm not that into the older stuff. Once I move on, I'm kind of done. Like same thing with movies.
Really?
A friend of mine was talking about movies yesterday, and she was building a home theater. She's like, "Oh, so some really good movies I want to watch again." I'm like, once I watch a movie, I don't watch it again. I move on. Like, and I don't watch movies at home. I go to the movies so much that when a movie come out and I'm interested in, I see it in the movies. And when it come out on DVD or Blu-ray or Netflix, I already seen it. I don't got time. At home, I only watch TV shows. And then when I go to the movies.
What?
Yeah.
See, I'm different. Here's my take on it, right?
Okay.
I'm a retro, like watcher of movies. I'll reference movies like from slogans or headlines, titles, and some people won't even know what the hell I'm talking about.
Mhm.
But I was just watching Predator 2 in
Okay.
my room
With
before
Danny Glover?
the live stream, the interview. So therefore, I would go back and watch something over and over again just because I won't get tired of it. I know I won't, and I
Right.
still enjoy the luxury of going to the movie theater with the recliner seats, with the nachos and the slushy. You know, so I like to have a good time. I like to do both whenever I have time for
Yeah.
it, but I do what I
You
can.
know what it is?
But
I
I
got to the
definitely love
point.
watching movies I'm gonna get tired of.
So I used to watch movies over and over. Like the movie I watched the most over and over was Stephen King, The Mist. I've seen that movie so many times. But as I started really getting into this, because I stream 4 days a week, it's like, okay, I was getting off work at 4:30. I get home at 5. I start my stream in a half an hour. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I was doing longer streams. Now my streams are getting a little bit shorter. But by the time I was done, then I went to hang out with my wife. Mondays, I watched wrestling. So that already, once I was done, then I got fine time to play video games. So like I got to this rhythm where I was like, you know what? I just really don't have time to watch something I already watched. Like I just don't.
Yeah, that comes with sacrificing something too,
Yeah.
and I hate that. You know,
Yeah.
it comes. You
But
got a routine, you got a
yeah,
thing
that's my
going on.
routine. Yeah, so it's like, I'm comfortable with it. I'm comfortable with give me some new medium. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm always watching something new. So whenever I'm watching something, it's typically something I've never seen before, unless it's in the background. My wife and I just chilling in bed. I'm on my phone or the PlayStation Portal, and she's on her phone, and we just got something playing in the background. But let's
Now I got a
see.
question for you, kind of question. Now, if it's
Let's do
something that
it.
you really like watching and you don't have time for it, like, would you ever like say, just binge watch it, just like sit down, like, you know what, I could finish this. It's one season, whatever
Right.
the case may be. Would you make time, or would you be like, you have to put it to the side and
Honestly, there's nothing I like that much that I want to watch again. I'll be honest. Like I would, my favorite Marvel movie is the Hulk with Edward Norton, and every now and then I'm like, man, I need to watch that. I really love Godzilla King of the Monsters. I'm a big Godzilla fan, and I'm like, man, that was dope. Like that's the last movie I Well, my wife bought it for me for a birthday back when it came out on Blu-ray. So that's the
right?
last movie I owned, or I add to my limited movie collection because I got rid of all of my DVDs. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't. I feel like if I say, "Oh, let's go in the house and watch this," you know what I do? Whenever I watch an old movie, it's because of new movies coming out. For instance, I seen Dune in the movies, but I fell asleep on it. My wife loved it. I didn't like it that much. So the new one's coming out.
Right.
I will watch that Dune. They get me back up to speed. I
Okay.
will watch
Or
the
like Mortal
recent.
Kombat, for example.
Yeah, like I will watch the recent Planet of the Apes because I had dozed off on that too when we watched it. So I feel like in my mind, like Avatar, we watched the original Avatar because years ago when it came out, I went to the movies and I was tired. Now I don't fall asleep because the movie's bad. If I fall asleep, bro, I was tired. So we watched the original Avatar again because I dozed off on it. So I only really will watch something again if it's to watch the new medium. Other than that,
Right. Only if it's like relevant.
yeah. And yeah, like, and if I seen the whole movie, chances are I might not watch it just because the new one's coming out, unless I'm so into it. So, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my man Holtz is in the building.
I can respect that.
So yeah, you know what? I'm just busy, man. I'm just busy. I really don't have time. Like at any moment, I'm doing something like watching a movie I already seen before. I could be watching a new movie. That's just the way my brain is like. I feel like last night.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Like I'll wake up in the middle of the night and be like, might as well make content. Like I'm always doing something. Like I'm a creator, you know. But anyway, it's not about me. It's about you, Platinum. But you can ask me any questions you want. So my man Dodge, no, because it makes good conversations. Dodge Man said,
yeah, absolutely.
Are you a fan of DBZ?
I am a fan of DBZ. I am. Ever since Dragon Ball Z era, not the Dragon Ball era, but I came in a different era, and that was when the Dragon Ball Z first started coming out, where I had to watch one episode per week, and they showed the same reruns throughout the week, and I'm like,
yeah.
And how
Next
build
time on
it
Dragon Ball
drags when they
Z.
talk so much. Yeah, it drags when they talk so much, like doing a 75% of the show. The last
Yeah.
quarter of it, they transform.
That's funny.
But
And
other
Urban
than that, no,
said,
I try to stay up to date with that just as much as the Mortal Kombat
okay,
Legacy cartoons. They also I try to stay up to date with all of it.
that's
I
cool.
love it.
I never seen the Mortal Kombat Legacy. You know what's crazy? All right, I'm
Really,
gonna say this.
it's
I
good.
don't want nobody to kill me when I say this. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I grew out of animation. It's hard for me to watch anything that's animated. Like it's like they don't came out with a new He-Man, a Transformers, or like you name it, they don't came out with something new on Netflix. And I'm like, it looks dope, but I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to find the words to not piss people off. But I feel like, man, I don't know. I feel like it reminds me of my childhood or something. I feel like I grew up. I feel like, yo, it's a cartoon. And people would be
Right.
like, it's anime. I was like, eh. And then plus, here's the thing. Let me explain. When I was in the
Okay.
anime, movies was popular. Then series got popular and movies aren't that popular. So it's like in the series, they have like 28 episodes. You're like, come on, bro. Now, and when I was in the anime, it was serious. Like, it was like the tone was serious, like Ninja Scrolls, Fist of the North Star. Like everything was super violent. Now everything is super
Yo, Fist of the
silly.
North
And
Star was that show. That was that
yeah.
show.
So I just feel like now, like, so anime just changed for me. And then as time went on, like, for instance, I watched the first season of Castlevania, the new one that had came out a couple years ago, and I never went back and
Right.
finished it. I watched the first episode of Godzilla Planet or Planet Godzilla, and it was a 3-part thing. I never went back to finish it. It's just terrible.
Oh
Like
man. So something
animation
got to
just
capture your
doesn't hold
attention
me.
quick.
Yeah, it just doesn't hold me.
Okay.
But you know. Oh, and Urban did say, he said, you're my neighbor. I'm in Indiana. And he said a lot of snow out
Oh,
here too.
nice. Yeah,
Roman,
man.
what's
Just
going
drive
on?
safe. You never know what does
So
the weather at all. I'm not a big fan of the hills and the snow.
my man Holt said I like rewatching to compare cinema quality to my TV.
Yes, especially I love the movies back then has better prosthetics of like its effects versus the CG effects and what they use in today's technology in the movie theater.
Right.
So I would like to compare it to like The Thing. The Thing had basically prosthetics to where it wasn't digitally created. It was more like they had to mold and put it together. So when something melts or when something gets disfigured, they actually had to animate that to a machine and make it spill guts and blood and all that. I'm like, I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Versus, the digital, it just look like it's just slapped on there where it doesn't look as realistic.
Yeah, sometimes you could tell. You could be like, that doesn't look like it's there, What about this? Mr. Urban said The Boys is that show. That is the show. You watch The Boys?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Did you watch the what's the TV show that
Gen V?
What's that?
Gen V.
Yeah, Gen V. Yeah. Did you watch that?
Yes, sir.
They greenlit it for another season.
He said, Cowboy, you tripping. I play my retros, LOL. Hey man, I love your retros. It's all good. Cowboy is going to the movies to get some rest. Yo, I mean, I haven't fallen asleep on a lot of movies, but there's some movies, man. I remember Transformers Part 2. Bro, I was tired. And I love Transformers, but sometimes we used to go late. So now I don't go to movies that late. I'll be trying to see at 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7 at the latest. And sometimes on Saturdays we'll drive 45 minutes to go to the 4DX theater, and I'll see we'll try to get like a 3 o'clock show.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man, the 4DX. Like, so my wife watched a TikTok about a year ago, and it was about 4DX, and I was like, "What the hell is 4DX?" So then she's Captain Google. So then she Googled it, and we watched the video, and it was from a guy in Australia, and he had a whole review on it, and I was like, "Damn!" But that's in Australia. I was like, "Oh, they probably don't have that in the United States." So my wife Googled it. She's like, "There's one 45 minutes away." I was like, "What?" So we went, and the first 4DX movie we seen was Avatar. Way of the Water, and that blew us away. And so after that, every big movie, man, we drive 45 minutes and we go see it in 4DX. And I mean, from the chairs moving to the compressed air shooting by your ears to the rain splat falling to the water splashing in your face to the smoke and the wind blowing and the seats vibrating and they got pressure points that poke you in your back. So if somebody shoot and the left or the right, you'll feel you get hit in the back. Like one of the
What
coolest
movie
things,
theater is this?
Warrenton. So the one near us is Warrenton, Pennsylvania. You gotta watch my review.
And they do all that?
Bro, so I'm gonna tell you a scene that I never forget. Avatar, somebody pulled a bow out, right? So mind you, it's in 3D. And mind you, Avatar was shot 60 frames per second. Regular movies is like 24 frames per second. Avatar was shot in 60. So it was like, I'm watching it like, whoa, you clearly see this is 60 frames. So the dude had the bow. The bow's like in your face. He shoots the bow. The bow fly past. So they got two little things where compressed air, it shoots air. So when the bow go past, you feel the air come out. And then when the dude gets stabbed, the thing pressed you in the back. So you felt like the bow came by, and then you got shot and you feel it in your back. You're like, oh, like they got a thing by your feet, right? It's a wire called a tickler. Like, let's say you're watching Jurassic Park and you walk in and stuff in the grass, it'll randomly move and it hits your feet. Like as you're watching it, the seats move all crazy. And
now, that sounds like a movie theater worth driving to.
No, yeah, I'm telling you, it's 45 minutes from my house, and we go there. Like if a Marvel movie, like I seen the Marvels in it, like, and the Marvels was, that's probably what made it a decent movie because it was in 4DX. But yeah, every single big movie. We drive 45 minutes. Like, yo, we going to 4DX. I have yet
and is
to
it
get
also
tired of
the type of movie theater that come and serve you food and drinks as well?
No, they don't serve you food and drinks, but they sell like a lot of different stuff that you go up to like the regular movie theaters. So they have a special. They have a thing called Bee Sting Pizza, and that's to die for. So it's pepperoni and bacon on it, and it's drizzled with some type of spicy honey. Yeah, it's dope. Yeah.
Interesting. That sounds like something I would definitely try because I like different types of foods with different combinations of things, like different elements like that.
All right, so question for Platinum. So Keenan and Kel or Cousin Skeeter?
Keenan and Kel, who love orange soda?
Said, top 3 favorite anime of all time.
Top 3 for anime of all time. Okay. Because for me, overall, I love anime that definitely piques my interest just as much as movies, to where I like the action. I love the gore. I love the violence. Fist of the North Star, definitely one of those to where it introduced me to anime. Nice. One guy would like several different pressure points and watch your head and heart explode and no scathed or nothing on them. I love it. Awesome. Dragon Ball Z is kind of the same thing, but nevertheless is serious within his own. Right. With its transformations and fusions and its violence of combat. It will be a good third because I won't say Naruto. I haven't really watched it. Forgive me. I would say Jujutsu Kaisen. That's another good anime I recommend everyone should watch. That's pretty good. Or Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is awesome. So you say you're a jeweler. So what do you think of the bling? See, I would show you my bling because I always wear my bracelets, silver and black. But I do have my necklace though.
Damn, you know what's funny?
But I'm all for the bling.
Bracelet. I didn't even put my bracelet on.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I love it. I love the jewelry. I love the fashion sense behind it. I like modeling in it. So yeah, I'm all for it. Bling is all the way. I don't go crazy just having like ridiculous amount of jewelry. I like to be conservative and classy with mine.
It's dope. Let me see. Same Doug, man. I am collecting DBZ and Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z right now. Let me see. Hope.
Yeah, I love collecting stuff.
I seen up to.
I saw the Johnny Cage Legacy movie. Yeah, it's pretty good. It was pretty good.
So after that, it's going to collect Naruto on Blu-ray. Let me see. All right, Platinum, you should look up Xenoverse 2. Sometime old now, but when it came out, man, it was good. Yeah, a friend of mine was super into Xenoverse. But
My favorite Dragon Ball Z game of all time was Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 2 and 3.
so what's funny? I always felt the Budokai Tenkaichis was better than Fighter Z, because I feel like when I watch Dragon Ball, and I'm not a big Dragon Ball fan at all, but my brother and all my friends was, so I couldn't escape Dragon Ball, and so I didn't watch it as much, but I watched the whole Cell Saga, and also Cooler is my favorite character. So I feel like when you watch Dragon Ball, just Budokai Tenkaichi makes sense to be flying all around versus a 2D back and forth,
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
but I mean, the Fighter Z and stuff is dope. But I feel like the essence of Dragon Ball, people chasing you, and that's you just that feeling, man. Let me see.
Yeah.
It said
It,
also,
it hasn't been the same, but there's some games I can appreciate. But I don't know. Maybe I might check it out. Who knows? It just depends on the combat and how I feel about it. And
the Pokemon trilogy movie on Blu-ray versus VHS. What are you talking about? I mean, get Blu-ray.
so, what do you
I don't
think of
think
the
that's
Pokemon trilogy movie? There's so many Pokemon movies. You gotta be more specific. You talking about the old Pokemon
yeah.
movies with
Like, you
Ash?
talking about with Mewtwo? Oh, hold on, my man Hitbox Rolls. Yeah, what's up, Hitbox in the building?
Yo, it was
Another
really
good
good.
guy. Let me see. Same with the Disney movie on DVD and Blu-ray. Removed what the VHS tapes voice line. Oh, so he's saying like, nowadays, if they come out with a newer movie, they could technically get rid of some stuff in the past that might be not suitable for audience and viewers. I mean, what? I made peace with that stuff. My thing is, I don't make movies, so I'm at the mercy of them. If they choose to get, I think sometimes people put too much emphasis on what they feel entitled to. Oh, I paid for this 28 years ago. How could they change it? I watched this. Like I made peace with when people say like that game is garbage, they should do this and that. I'm like, oh, so your game is better then? Because I guess you made a better one. What do you mean? Well, just shut up,
Right.
because you ain't make a game before. So, and so at the end of the day, so I make peace with a lot of stuff. Sometimes people are like, bro, I feel like you with the corporations, or I feel like, I'm like, no, I just feel like I can't beat them. So just put out something that I like. I'll play. Most likely, I won't really invest too much into it. So why some people complaining,
Yeah.
I spent all this money. I mean, I didn't, but I played it too. But it is what it is. Buy what you want. Oh wait, let me see. Obi, I'm waiting on the preload Tekken and Like a Dragon. Yeah, Tekken is what, this Friday, I think. Obi Rose, what's up? Let me see. Dude, Host just turned on my PS5. Waiting on midnight. Yeah, so Host
What's
lives in
happening
the
at
UK.
midnight?
Host live in the UK, so he's 5 hours ahead. So he's cheating. I remember him and I was talking about playing God of War, right? And I was streaming the night before
Right.
it came out. He was like, "Oh, I'm getting tired. I gotta go to sleep." And I was like, "You going to sleep?" And I was like, "Oh wait, that's because his time God of War was about to come out in like an hour, so he jumped off so he could go play it while we was waiting another 5 hours." So yeah.
Oh
Obi said, I want
man.
to see one in 4DX. Yo, you got to. Yo, we listen, bro. I'm about to listen. We went and seen Godzilla -1 in 4DX.
So I got a question. Godzilla -1. What is this after Kong? Godzilla versus Kong, or is it just another segment of
So
Godzilla?
Godzilla -1 is the Toho's Godzilla, the original Godzilla. So the actual Chinese makers of Godzilla, that's in their franchise. Our Godzilla Kong, that's American made. So they made their most recent movie, which was Godzilla -1. -1 means, it's so deep. It's all about World War II had just happened. And remember, we dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. So pretty much it's about, I'm not, no spoilers, but it's about this guy who's a kamikaze pilot. Okay. So kamikaze pilot supposed to kill themselves. He gets scared. He lands his plane on this island and say, "Oh, my plane, something's wrong with it. I need to get it fixed." They're fixing it, like, "Nothing wrong with your plane." And then Godzilla emerged on that island, kills everybody but him. he decides to come back home. He comes back home, and I mean, every building, everything is decimated because of World War II. So they're like, "Wait, why are you home? How are you home?" He kind of, for him, he's a coward. So he has no, pretty much shame. And so pretty much the story is about this guy who was afraid to kill himself, and he comes back to everything decimated. His house, his parents and everybody died in the war. His house is barely standing, but Godzilla is now emerged for like the first time in the world, and he's just destroying everything, and they're trying to figure out how can we stop him. And it's just, I mean, it's heartfelt. Like, it's weird to say that about a Godzilla movie, but the story is so good because it's so deep about a lot of the human aspect. And Godzilla is more like, it's like Jaws. I try to tell people, you watch Jaws, and it was more like Jaws was just out kind of killing people, and it was people trying to survive and stop them. And it's more like that with Godzilla. Whereas our American movies, Godzilla's like a hero, he's running, and so which I still love. I'm a Godzilla fan, period, right? Even though that one with
Right.
the one that came out in the Matthew Broderick one, we're gonna act like that never happened. But when he was like a lizard. But yeah, so -1. Amazing movie. I did my review on it, and for me, it was the best movie of the year. And it's crazy to say that about a Godzilla movie, but it's not Godzilla, King Kong, Godzilla. It's not that type of Godzilla. It'll blow your mind. Like it's so deep, man, on another level. It's pretty cool. Let me see. While I am still practicing on my hitbox stick, right now on Mortal Kombat 11. Oh, nice. Let me ask you this, Platinum. Which Mortal Kombat is your favorite Mortal Kombat?
Oh man, that's a good one. So I went through my phases. It's just like how I feel about playing like Mortal Kombat games, how it changes from like a 2D platform to a 3D platform to back to 2D, and plus then the transition of making things faster, making things more realistic. I would say Mortal Kombat 11 was like the tipping point for me to like get back into like loving it consistently, because it plays at the pace I want. And since the debut of Mortal Kombat 1, that came out, I felt even more confident in the play style. Don't get me wrong, I love fighting games that play fast, but when I try to do the combos and everything, I couldn't compute and understand, like, okay, brain memory. I couldn't get that muscle memory going on when it's so fast paced.
Yeah, you mean like the speed of Mortal Kombat 10? That was.
Yeah, exactly. Mortal Kombat 10. Mortal Kombat now was cool, but it was still kind of like broken in its own outright. But yeah, definitely 11. But can't beat Mortal Kombat 2 because that's the OG platform.
Obi asks, do you play Tekken, and who you main in Tekken?
Ooh, yeah, Tekken. Yes, I play Tekken. I need to get back into practicing. I'm not sure if it's going to be the same thing as the guy I'm going to be playing with. Who said who am I maining? Yeah, you're definitely going to be maining King.
Oh, King?
King is my guy. Wrestler. Hello, I love wrestling.
Cool.
So it's gonna go down. Put you in like 40 different positions and just KO you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, do the death cradle and all that. My man, main event, Ron Slusher's in the building. What's up, Ron? Chilling. We're here chatting with my guy, Platinum Godfather. We're interviewing him. If you guys got questions, let me know. I'm going through the chat right now. I'm trying to catch up a little bit. Let me see. If you guys got any direct questions for Platinum, I'm definitely going to read them out. If you're just chatting in the chat, I'll let you guys do your thing. Let me see. One moment. Well, I got some stuff I still want to get to, Platinum. So relationship,
What's
man.
up?
Do you have any kids or
I do have kids. I am a father of 2 beautiful kids.
Cool.
One is 11 and one is 9.
Okay, that's cool, man. You got
one boy, one girl.
Oh, boy and a girl.
Best of both worlds. One boy, one girl.
You know what my wife always say? Because she got 2 kids and I got 4 kids, and she's always like, "Listen, you only got 2 kinds." So I stopped when I had one of each. I said, "Okay, you talking about Godzilla movies? I want to see it too." Yeah, you definitely got it's one of a kind movie, man. I will say that. I was just shocked. Like everybody
Mortal Kombat
say like,
trilogy is good,
oh yeah, definitely.
but it started taking it up a notch ever since Mortal Kombat 3. It started coming up with that height rage meter. You know, the more combos you do, the more rage and stuff you do. I love the special moves and abilities, but then again, the combos was just like,
Hey, what's up, Dave? Green Eyes. So let's talk about Mortal Kombat a little bit, man.
What's up, man?
Are you following, and do you feel any type of way? Like right now, there's a backlash, and there's a lot of people who like are saying it's trash, and like the desync issues. And my guy Obi, he was big on he was really upset with Mortal Kombat. My issue, not my lack of issue was I'm not that super into frame data and all that stuff. So a lot of the issues some people was having, I didn't even know it was a thing. So like all the issues and the backlash didn't bother me. Excuse me, at all. Are you bothered by Mortal Kombat? Or are you like Mortal Kombat 1, by the way?
So here's the thing. With the frame data, and when I started taking it more seriously to try to be like more competitive, I had to learn about the frame data because it breaks down to the science of what's negative and positive. You know, it kind of breaks it down to a math aspect, which I'm not a big fan of, but I had to learn it. So I had to learn, okay, what's safe for me to pull off and still have my turn. So it's like kind of like a turn-based fighting game where you have to figure things out, play test, and learn through the actual fight of what's safe and what's not. Because people would normally get upset. People would typically get upset, not, you know, to where like, why is he doing all these comments? Why is he doing this? They question it, and when they look down to the science of it, hey, because you was wide open, you wasn't supposed to do something when you're supposed to be blocking. You know, it kind of teaches you through getting your ass kicked, and some people don't understand that, and therefore people will lash out. Like I posted a video today, and then also on my TikTok that got a ton of views to where I literally made a guy upset for me outplaying him, and he was just complaining that I was doing I don't know what, but nevertheless I won. He made himself look silly. People usually get mad over like the frame data and things like that, but it's just, I mean, you can have fun with it, but for me particularly, I like to understand the mechanics of it so that way I could be a better player.
Right.
So, but I like Mortal Kombat 1. I'm not sure how I feel about the direction of this tag team cameo. I don't like that Jax is a cameo, but hey, you know, I'll try to fit him in where I can. It's different. I do say that I did lose some type of and this is me personally. I lost some type of I guess you could say enthusiasm, interest versus what I had for Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 11, they threw everything at you. Okay, here's the combat towers. Here's like 32 different characters to play from. Here's this, here's that. You know, conquest mode is like a whole different. Like I spent more time in the conquest trying to unlock stuff, and because it's part of like the central unlocking everything. So it was more fun. It was creative, and for Mortal Kombat 1, it's a little bit on the dull side, kind of like a checkerboard chess type thing. They definitely toned it down as far as the creativity.
Are you having issues? Well, hold on, back up a little bit. Are you noticing the issues that people are complaining about online? Like when I mentioned the frame thing, like are you like noticing like remember they had the issue where they had the bug where player 2 had an advantage or didn't have an advantage, or like did that because you were playing a lot? So I feel like when my guy Obi was talking about it, I was thinking like, man, you and Dodge are so really good at the game, and if they have this such a big issue, you guys still playing all the time and ripping people. So I was like, how big of an issue is these issues that people are complaining about? Because I watch you guys, you're pretty competitive.
Some of these issues I didn't feel like it was justified, but it was made to be made an issue, thus making unnecessary changes. For example, Raiden was one of my favorite characters to play, you know, when I started playing Mortal Kombat 1. And people were complaining so much of the damage output with Raiden and Jax that they nerfed him. So his damage output and his, I mean, he's still pretty good. Raiden's pretty good. But they condensed him to where it doesn't do that much damage as if Kenshi would do a 45% hit combo for what he can do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the fighting game community is toxic in his way.
Right.
It's a mix. You know, there are good people in there, but the people that are toxic are the ones that want to complain about the first two, which shouldn't have been touched. You know, I was kind of like, you know, I'm like, really? You know, you want to give a person advantage or, not advantage, but a chance to like adapt or understand what they're going up against. First two is just a quick 5-minute match, and then you're done.
Right.
The lack of creativity they put in to entice and get more casual players to play. Like I said, they changed up the conquest mode and, you know, the things you can do, you know, saying to be more free or open to the casual player, and I feel like it's a chore now.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some differences that I don't.
Destiny.
Huh?
I said everything want to be Destiny.
Yeah. So
have dailies and stuff like that.
And people are saying this is basically like this is Mortal Kombat /2. Like this is just basically another DLC in its own way, you know. But for those who haven't seen it, they have to watch it and understand.
So here's Dodge Man, and thank you so much for the 10 spot, man. I appreciate it. He said, just for platinum, I'm gonna do a short review of Xenoverse 2. So be looking out for it. Okay.
All right, let me know. Yeah, let me know when you do it. I'll be on the lookout.
I'll be
on the lookout.
And Obi said, man, like I wasn't your turn for real. Stop pressing buttons. Haha. That is why I'm like, yo, Mortal Kombat is so incomplete. Like my frame data wrong. Come on. Yeah, right. he was having a lot of problem or talking about the frame data. Me personally, I was just playing. I was like, I didn't really notice a big difference, but again, I was never playing super competitive. What did you think of the story? Your honest thoughts of the story?
It's definitely different from how it was used to be. I mean, I understand the direction where it's going. I feel like it's like if they continue to do, you know, move in this direction, I feel like it's going to move in an era of, you know, exploring other worlds, introducing new characters, and move into the Mortal Kombat 2/3 era of, you know, introducing Cabal, Jax, Sonya Blade, you know, but how would it look, you know? But as far as the direction, I think it moves in a definitely a noble positive direction, because this is Liu Kang's vision. This is, he want everybody included, but at the same time, like, you know, you leave it up to free will.
Right.
Like God leave it up to us for free will, right? Like we have free will to do it. Like we do what we want, but he changed the outcome for everybody so that way they can make their choices. But
so I was on board with it. It looked so amazing watching the trailers before the game came out. And the ending just fell short for me. I can't stand this multiverse stuff. I can't stand Marvel is getting out of hand. It's like poor writing to me. It's like, what do we do to end it? Well, how about we just make a multiverse? Then we could just make anybody walk through the door. And it was just like, it was cool when it was like one universe. And it was like, oh, then it's the old universe. It was 2 universes. But then it was like, everybody got their own universe. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It was like a participation trophy. You know, you get a universe, and you get a universe, and you get a universe. And if we don't know what to do, you know what? We'll just make somebody else come out with a universe. Hey, we're Girl's universe, where he was king. And it's like, oh, come on, man. Like, I don't know. That I didn't like that. But
I can definitely see the trend behind like doing that for sure. Like they want to try to combine everything, or they're trying to make what are they trying to do? They trying to make G.I. Joe. That's what they did. What I cringed and hated at the end of that Transformers movie, they made it into the same universe as G.I. Joe. I'm like, bro, for real? Seriously, G.I. Joe's cool and all, but it hasn't built his own. It has to build his own rep before they introduce it.
Yeah, they did. They never really made a good G.I. Joe movie.
That didn't make sense to me. They didn't give no hint or any type of like inclination of, okay, here's what's going to happen in his Transformers movies. We're going to introduce some ninjas, you know, but it That's his own little tangent.
They used to have comic books where GI Joe went against Transformers, so that was a thing.
And Transformers.
Yeah, there's comic books where GI Joe and Transformers used to go against each other because they
But
had
where's
like
the
robots.
transition? Where's the like, hey, like like Marvel, they drop little
Well, that was
seeds
a little
like
thing.
in each.
It was at the end of it. Wasn't like it was in the movie. It was at the end of the movie. You know,
Right, like it's supposed to make sense.
He said, "I need frame data for Power Rangers." Yo, Power Rangers game was dope though. Did you ever play that?
Yeah, you got KO somebody instantly just off of one combo or just one. Yeah, that game is insane.
That is insane. It's play homage to Marvel Capcom too.
Yes,
Like, it's
yes,
on that
I agree
crazy, like, yeah. He said in Marvel Comics is 616 being our universe. They're too much comic. Yeah, listen, don't even get me lying on all of that. I would say it's included on Plus too. Oh, let me ask you this, Platinum. What's your thoughts on this Power World, the Pokemon game with guns? Is like taking everybody by storm. Do you have? I know you don't play Xbox, but do you have any interest in it, or?
And what is this game called again?
Oh wow! So you never see. I would show you the intro, but the intro, it looks so amazing. But when you play it, you're like, wait, where's everything in the intro? And you gotta. That's like they show you like end game stuff, and it makes it look amazing. And when you start off, you're walking around with your fists and you're punching trees. But it's pretty much like Pokemon, but you got guns and like you could build. So it's like art. You could like it's a survival game, but with like Pokemons.
Interesting.
Never heard of it. Okay.
No, never.
I'm gonna have to show the trailer then.
Yeah.
I'll do this.
Yeah. I'm open to playing. It just depends on like, okay, is this something I can make?
Right.
Hey, like if my kids play it, hey, I'll encourage them to play it too, just like they play Fortnite. Huh?
Not even that if you want to play it. I was just curious if you what was your because it's right now it's like the big talk in gaming. So I was just curious as far as that. Here, I'm gonna show you the intro. I'm gonna show you the trailer. All right, so this I was streaming it the other day. And let me
I see it.
All right, but I put the trailer in it. You guys see? So let me find the trailer. If you're playing with friends, even if you're not playing with friends, pretty dope. Check this out. The trailer.
I like your scene setup.
Yeah, that's when I streamed what I was seeing was OBS. This. So look at this, dude. Look, you flying on the back of a bird. Look at that. You playing with your friends, flying around. Your little dudes got guns. Look at that. That don't look like the game I was playing.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you're sucking them into like balls and all that, like Pokemon. But this game, you make them work for you. So like you can have them like digging and mining and stuff. Look, you combining them. You fight bosses. Like look how big that thing is. Yeah, so this came out a couple of days ago. It sold, I think like 5 million. It made like $5 million in like 5 hours or something ridiculous.
Oh
so
wow!
many copies or something. Yeah. So it's like the big talk right now, and people are like Nintendo need to sue them, and
oh, they're gone deep. They're gone deep as far as like, okay.
Yeah.
So when when Modern Warfare meets Pokemon,
pretty much, yeah. It's called Power World. But yeah. So I was curious what your thoughts.
That is interesting. That might capture my attention. Like after like building yourself up, and I'm actually like in the face of combat and doing this stuff. I think it would definitely capture my interest.
Mm-hmm.
I would have never guessed. Like I said, I'm still, getting myself to date with the games that's coming out or whatnot, and if I have the game, if the game comes out on the platform I'm playing,
All right, let me see. I don't think Nintendo could do anything about it though. But what Nintendo did do is somebody came up with a mod that made your main character look like Ash and made the Pokemons look just like Pokemons, and they was like, no, they shut that down. Yes, Nintendo stepped in on that.
Right,
Let's get
right, right.
let's get into some more video games. So it's cool. I had hobbies on here, but we covered that. Um, dude, what's your favorite? Okay, so what's your so I look at things as a favorite game, but then I could separate my favorite game versus the best game. Like, like, okay, for example, my favorite all-time game is Prototype. I love Prototype 1 and 2. The freedom it gives me. It's a sandbox game, so I can run all around, but I could do so much. I could absorb people and turn into them. I could pick up their guns and shoot. I could fly in a helicopter, right? But I know that game isn't like the absolute best quality, right? Like it's definitely doesn't have
Right.
the best graphics. The story is a little, Now the best game I've ever played, top of my list, was The Last of Us when it first came out in on PlayStation 3. At the time, it had the best graphics. The controls was amazing for the game it was. The story was epic. So for you, question is, what's your favorite game? And it could be the same thing. What's your favorite game?
Okay.
And what game do you feel is the best game you've ever played? For whatever reason.
Well,
For
let me
your
actually.
reason.
Well, before I answer that, I wanted to get some clarification on something. So when you say favorite game, and is this a favorite game to where you play this over and over again? Like I'm bored. Like let me play my favorite game. Is that what you're? Is that
Um,
what you mean? Like favorite
Favorite
game?
game to me is like out of every game I've played, um, like my level of enjoyment was just higher. You know, like I've enjoyed a lot of games, but it's something about for me personally. I'm explaining, answering the question. For me, the freedom Prototype gives me is something I can't get. I've never gotten another game. Like I like games where it throw a lot at you. Like I'm playing this game right now, Quantum Error, which is a pretty bad game because it feels like it's an alpha. Like it's so glitchy and buggy, but um what's the word I want to use? Their ambition was so I see what they was trying to do. Like the guy is a firefighter. So like they add firefighter elements in it. Like he could like okay, it's like Doom and he got guns and you could switch from third person to first person at will, but you're still trying to
Right.
you go and rescue people, but at the same time you're fighting demons or aliens or whatever. And then like so I'm like the ambition was so high, it's just a poor they just executed it poorly. But so I personally like stuff that throw everything at you. It's like they added that in the game, they added that in the game, they added that in the game. So that's why Prototype's my personal favorite game. Now, whether that made me play it a lot, you know, but so yeah, so for you, whatever you just feel is your favorite game. I'm curious.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for clarifying that because I had to get an idea.
Okay.
So yeah, it's going to be two separate answers for it. So the like my favorite game.
Okay.
Um, I would say I love, I had to backtrack it to where I was, I love watching horror movies and
Okay.
watching the horror elements, the gore, the violence. So ever since I started playing Dead Space, the OG Dead Space on the PlayStation 3, those elements, the surprises where you're not suspecting anything. You don't
Yeah.
like your character didn't say nothing at the time, but you just taking orders. You're going through like different levels of the ship, and everything is just happening. Just so bizarre, crazy stuff. But it's the element of surprises, that unknown, that intrigues me.
Okay.
So and it just evolved from there for what they're doing as far as like the world of like the necromorphs and like from this rock, and then they created anime versions of a Dead Space.
Mm-hmm.
They created a series of that in a book, so they went at a whole different thing. Like in regards to that, I'm like, oh wow, it really made this a thing. That's cool. I could dig that. That's one of my favorite games that I would never, because I love playing
Now, part one,
horror
part two,
games
or
just
part
because
three?
of that.
Part one, part two, part
All
three,
of
the
them.
remake. Which one? Just all together?
The first Dead Space. The first Dead Space.
Okay. Now you know what's
Yeah.
crazy?
What's that?
Back in the day, I just wasn't feeling Dead Space because I was a Resident Evil guy. And I felt like, okay, they introduced a new horror game that reminds me of Resident Evil, but I just want my Resident Evil. So I never got into it. So many years later, which was maybe 4 months ago. And so I play a lot of games with my wife. We play them and beat them on stream. And we played and beat Dead Space Remake. So and it was dope. But before I played that, dare I say, to me is better, bro. Please tell me you played Callisto Protocol.
What is it?
The Callisto Protocol.
I got that on my game list. I got it on my game list to play.
So the same people
I heard
who
it's
made
like
Dead
the best
Space-
thing since Dead
the
Space.
same people who made Dead Space made that. And it was, so I played that first. I played and beat that first, and then I played Dead Space. And I knew they was, I knew they made both games. And I'm like, oh, I see. Like it's pretty much Dead Space in a like it's pretty much Dead Space. Dead Space
Dead
to me
Space reskinned.
yeah, pretty much. But what was really cool is they have this mechanic where you melee. So I love so when you think of games, right? It's like, oh, some people like gun games or some people like melee games. I'm always more drawn to melee, like a God of War, Devil May Cry. I like to hit things physically versus
hack
just
and
shoot
slash.
things, right? So yes. So in this game, it has guns, but they have this mechanic that you dip. And like a creature will run and swing, and when you move the analog left or right, and you dip and then swing back with like a pipe, like and it's just this feeling like
Yeah.
you're like, bro, you just don't feel that in games. It's violent and it's like it's creepy, and dare I say, it's the best graphically game I've seen. Like I never seen character faces look that good. So the Callisto Protocol is a gem. So it's cool that you like Dead Space so much. Please play Callisto Protocol, because again, it's like I will. Yeah, it's like you'll be like, it's like a love letter to Dead Space. Them deciding.
And all the fans, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm glad I got that PlayStation Plus to get that for free. Yep. So I best believe I will be playing that soon. The other part of the question was my favorite game. So that's why I said it's two separate ones. I say Mortal Kombat 2.
Ooh,
that like not my favorite, but the best, because it helped, brought out different types of characters in the universe within its own outright. So I like playing those old school retro games. I like, where it started from and what it is now. I mean, I could give you a whole list of what was considered my favorite and what's the best, but that's just me. Like, that's just subjective, but who knows? You know what I mean?
That's cool. Now, Urban had a question, but you already answered it. Urban, he already said Android. Yeah, you missed that.
Android away, baby. Even though my phone may be cracked to hell right now, but I can still appreciate it.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I dropped mines. I was going to the movies, and I dropped mines, and so the front screen doesn't work anymore. So it works, but it's not on. So like it doesn't come on. Now the thing is, I used to be so into phones. Every year I would get a new phone. I got to the point I was like, they don't change enough. So I skip every 2 years. So I haven't got the new one of these for going on 3 years now. So I'm just gonna buy the new one this summer. So I'm like, do I even fit? Because I could fix the screen for $165. But I'm like, honestly, it's two phones in one. I still got the big screen. I'm like, so I might just not even fix it and just ride it out with just one screen to August. But
yeah, I'm on the same boat with you, because I fell into that trap to where, I could get a new phone, but I have to lease it. Leasing it would just lock me into that contract to where I'll be paying a high susceptible bill, and I can't even, like, if something happens to it, I can't really do anything, but I have to eat it.
Yep. Oh yeah. So I want to do something different. If you guys got any last questions, because I want to do a topic switch real quick. So if anybody got any last questions, please put it in the chat. And if you don't, I'm going to switch this up a bit. And this is going to be cool, because we're going to throw some stuff at Platinum. And we're going to have a little bit of fun.
Oh, yeah. Bring it. Bring it.
We're going to bring it. We're going to bring it. So I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to come up with any other questions. And then we're going to move away from the questions for him. And then we're going to go into something else that we had a lot of fun with energy. So give you guys another minute, and then we're gonna topic switch.
Let's get it, baby.
All right, well, we're gonna topic switch then. All right, so this I like to call, we're gonna topic switch, and it's just when we're gonna switch gears. So with that being said, let's topic switch.
switch.
All right, guys, we're going to switch this thing up and we're going to throw the book of questions at Platinum Godfather because I'm dying to see how does he choose or how does he answer some of the craziest questions known to man. So, so far it seems like he's pretty cool, he's pretty chill, he's down to earth, but what will he do in some of these situations? So with that being said, we're going to get Platinum back on and we're going to do the book of questions. So let me grab my chair and let's switch up. Let's even switch up the view now. So bring Platinum back on. Bam, we switch this up a little bit. All right. So Platinum, are you ready? So I'm ready. Gonna give you the opportunity first. So I want you to pick a number between 1 and 217.
Oh, why 217? Like, that's an interesting number to end it on. Let's go with 200.
Okay, so bam, we're gonna pull this up. Oh, I'm gonna make it bigger. And you know what? Let me pull it back 1. All right, and so 200 is what Platinum said. And let's get 200.
200.
Yep. 200. And guys, make sure you get your numbers in the chat. Pick a number between 1 and 217. So Platinum, in conversations, do you tend to listen or talk more?
Oh. That's an interesting thing because I'm back and forth with it, right?
Okay.
I like to listen, but with something like I feel like eccentric or excited about, I'm quick to talk about something. I'll interrupt you. Sorry, it may come off as rude, but hey, I do like to listen to wherever it intrigues me or piques my interest. So I'll definitely be in tune to want to listen more. You know what I'm saying? But no, I do both.
Okay, got you. Urban said 195. All right. So 195 is of all the people close to you, whose death would you find most disturbing?
Oh, damn.
Right?
Damn, we got dark real quick. Yeah, didn't we? I don't want to speak that to existence, but people close to me. Anywhere from my friends and family that's close to me. You know, I don't want to say anything specific because I don't want to put it out there like that, but like anywhere in my close circle, the people, they know who they are. You know, it will definitely like change the course of like, you know, definitely just, you know, put me in a different mindset of just processing that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's dope. So I'm just gonna randomly say 87.
87.
Right. So let's see what 87 is. My favorite question. I always forget the number. And the funny thing is we found the number the other day and I don't remember. All right. Which of the following restrictions could you best tolerate? Leaving the country permanently or never leaving the state in which you live?
Which one? What's the question? Which one could you tolerate? I think leaving the country permanently. I don't think I can tolerate. Yeah, I love the air. I mean, the cool. I appreciate the area that I'm in for sure. But you know, sometimes I think it's just time to grow and move to other places. I got a passport. I think that's for a reason. So who knows?
So Urban's always talking about getting a dual citizenship. So he said 87 was meant for him. Yeah, because he's always talking about he want to move to a different country and stuff, but he never made the jump. So he said leaving the country permanently. Yeah. Honestly, I'm moving to Australia. Yeah, you're not keeping me stuck in New Jersey. Nah.
Why Australia?
When I was young, and they had back then they had uh Crocodile Dundee was out. I was a little kid, and I would watch that movie and just feel like it's also got a little bit of racism to it. Growing up in the hood, being black, I hated racism, right? And it was like, man, I wish everybody could just be similar, right? And so I would
Right.
watch Crocodile Dundee, and I'm like, damn, yo, Australia's hot all year round. Yo, everybody got a tan. And I used to feel like, man, everybody's kind of black or got like a tan. And then I would love the heat. So I was like, man, you know what? As I got older, I was like, I would love to live. If I left the country, I would go to Australia because I just like warm weather and it's warm all the time. And so it kind of stemmed from that's how my thought process was as a kid.
Okay.
To that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now you randomly pick another number.
All right. I'm gonna go based on the number of platinum trophies I have, which is 109.
Oh, you got 100 and platinum trophies?
109 platinum trophies.
That's dope. I've never been a platinum guy myself. It says, since adolescence, in what 3-year period do you feel your experience? Do you feel you experience the most personal growth and change? That is a deep one.
Since adolescence.
What 3
Honestly,
year
as I
period?
grow older, I say in my 30s that I
Okay.
started to experience like personal growth and change. And
Mhm.
I learned most of that dealing with people within the government, the types of people that, and the type of person I am and was, uh, that, how would I best explain it? That you have to be aware of yourself so that way you could do better, by other people. Otherwise, if you don't know yourself, then you're going to not experience, no type of, self growth or,
Right.
I mean, you have to learn at some point. If you don't learn, then you're going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. So I'm breaking that cycle. I'm
Cool.
looking for
Cool.
personal growth, whether I, make the mistake so that way it won't happen again.
That's dope. And Urban said, he said, I'm just now getting 100% of confidence and knowledge of self in my 30s. He said, in my
Yeah.
20s, I was still growing. I'm a late bloomer. No, I think so me, I stunted my growth because I got married at 18 years old. So I got married at 18 years old. I ended up having my first kid at 21, and then I had 2 more kids right after, right? So and then I got divorced 6 years later, and then like I put a lot on myself at a younger age. So then I was always feeling like I was mature, but then I was always trying to feel younger and do crazy stuff that I didn't do because I got married at a young age. So I was always trying to pull myself out of being young, but then I was always running to be young, right? So that's why I went
Right.
clubbing for so long. My clubbing years was like, man, like 11, 15 years. That was like my life. And so so this is my 3rd marriage. So I just feel like, life is life, you learn. But I think I'm 47 now, and I will have to say in 2012 we started going to church, and we went for 3.5 years, and I feel like that grew me for good and bad. I was an atheist for 36 years of my life, and so when I started going, I was only going to make money, and then I end up becoming a believer. And then I always say humans mess up everything. In my head, what I was learning, I was like, whoa, blown away, and I got some real personal growth. And then at the same time, the human side of it, people in church, ruined it. And so it made me be like, man, this isn't cool. But I learned so much that I was able to take it with me as we left that church and like better myself. So it was cool for me to feel like I needed some of the bad stuff for me to really look and say, like, okay, I'm a realist. People are people, and you get what you get because that's the world. And at the end of the day, you got to be prepared for life just by expecting anything could happen. And so my mind, I'm in a great place. I haven't used the word stress that I put up upon myself. I can't even remember the last year. The only thing that could come close to maybe making me be like annoyed is my 17-year-old daughter, because her actions reflect me. Like if she go outside and slap somebody, they can be like, you got poor home training. If she's 18, they can be like, put
Yeah.
them cups on. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so yeah, man. So probably those 3 years of going to church like really helped me evolve. It's kind of crazy, you know. It's kind of
No, I
cool.
feel you on that one. I mean, there's a lot of things I've been doing like consistently in my life, and church is definitely one of them for myself. Ever
Yeah.
since I dedicated myself to God, to where my kids and I got baptized at the same time.
Yeah.
So, I think that, is a spiritual growth for me to where, I'm on a journey to be closer to God and also be true to myself and, be, a better version of myself because my kids are a reflection of me,
Yeah.
so when they go out, given their provision and guidance or whatnot, they'll know what tools they could utilize and access because once they're on their own, they go by who raised them.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I was literally about to tell you this, and Urban said, "Show Platinum the baptized video." So, my wife and I and my oldest daughter, we got baptized in the ocean, and I got it on video. So that's I vlog everything. I
Nice.
literally my channel started off kind of vlogging, and so through all the different things I've done, I just always vlog. So I have my whole life since 2011 pretty much on this channel. I've vlogged, I mean, every birthday, Christmas, Valentine's Day. It just became an addiction of mine. My grandma passed away in 2015, and I had a video, real funny video of her. And I was deleting some stuff. My baby niece grabbed my phone out my hand, and she hit delete all, and I didn't realize it. So I lost that video. And trying to get it back, I mean, I sent my phone out to a company. I downloaded and installed and tried all this stuff, and then made me kind of obsessed over gathering our personal videos. So to the point where
Right.
it's just something I do. So now my kids are older, and when they meet people or start dating, I always got a video to embarrass them or whatever. Because, like, matter of fact, really cool. Last week I took my granddaughter, she's 6. I took her to Friendlies. She never been to Friendlies. And I was like, I used to always take your mom to Friendlies. She was like, really? She was like, my mom never told me about Friendlies. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm ashamed of your mom. So guess what? I pulled up the video of 10 years ago where her mom at Friendlies, and she's watching it in Friendlies. She's like, look at my mom. So then I made a video of me and my granddaughter, and I put her and her mom 10 years ago and her daughter to, today. And it was cool.
Oh, that's
So
dope. I like that.
yeah,
That's dope.
so stuff like that. But yeah, that was a cool video. Just that I do got that video of her getting baptized. And my daughter actually texted me today that I'm talking about. Not my daughter with my granddaughters, but she actually is going to be induced on Saturday. So she's about to have her first kid. So that's kind of cool. So to see, like, wow, man, they making me old, bro. I feel like, yo, I'm not
Yeah.
supposed to be having grandkids.
Hey,
Like,
man. Hey, doing what you do now helps you keep you young, man. That's the secret, bro. You got
that's
this.
true. That's true. Well, the cool thing is
And
when my
you're like
granddaughter
the
was
video archive guy. You're like, oh, you don't remember?
yeah,
I got something that's 5 years back that could show you that. You're the
yeah.
man to go to as far as the video. You the history guy.
Bro, that's me. That's me. Like, people will call me up in the family and be like, hold up, when did that happen? I'm like, hold on, let me look, because I got it on video. I'm like, nah,
Yeah,
we'll
that's
get in an
amazing,
argument
man.
or a debate. I'm like, hold on. It's in the video. Like, I'll go to the video. But it's funny. But speaking about feeling old because of my granddaughter, when she was able to talk, like, she used to say pop or grandpa. I'm like, so when she was able to talk, I said, listen, Avery, my name is G Pop. She's like, G Pop? So she called me G Pop. Like, bro, I ain't no grandpa. So I'm G Pop. I had
That's
to get
what's
it.
up, man. Hey, I'm sorry to hear about the passing, of that situation or whatnot. Is
Yeah.
that where you also got the slogan "And your mama knows"?
So it was crazy. A couple years before that happened, my friend and I, we was freestyling in the car. And you remember Snoop Dogg's song, Snoop Dogg? And he was like, I knock them down like dominoes and yell, Vominos. So we was freestyling. I was like, I knock them down like dominoes, yell, and now your mama knows. So then it became a thing. We would all be hanging, and you'd be like, yo, I bet you didn't know that. I'm like, and now your mama knows. They'd be like, now your mama knows. So it was just a thing. And I used to mess with my grandma about it. So that picture I got with me and my grandma, it just always kind of connects. And it was like, and now your mama knows, but it's my grandma. And me and her was like this. That was just, so it didn't start with her, but she kind of helped me, keep it
Right.
going.
Pay
You know what I mean?
homage.
Yeah. So
I like that because I have something similar to that. Two different things. So in regards to my grandmother, that passed, a while ago, her thing and I, because the Ludacris song came out, the Red Light District, I think, and she heard it, she got hip to it, and it was the song "When I Move, You Move."
yeah,
So
yeah.
whenever I pick up the phone to call her, she said, "When I move, you move." She'd be like, "Just like that, just like that."
That's
So we say
cool.
that every single time. So it just stuck in her head
Yeah.
ever since. But that always kept in the back of my mind, about that. Um, what I also usually say, well, I always say that was really good. That came from
Mhm.
Stink Meaner in the Boondocks episode, taking over Laura's body.
Mhm.
So he made a comment, and it just was like, "What did you say?" And Stink Meaner came out and he was like, "It was really good," and everybody just started cracking up laughing, and that stuck to me ever since. So I just be using it as like one of my main slogans and a positive, I guess you could say, affirmation or positivity to
Right.
where was really good. Something that's good about you.
Yeah.
It's like another greeting, anyways. Besides saying "What's up," what's good. No, what's really good.
Was really good. Yeah. Well, it's funny because I said to you it's gonna be epic. You was like, nah, it's gonna be legendary. I was like, all right, all right, all right. Yeah, so epic has been my thing for a while that I've been using on my channel. I love marketing. I love trailers. I love anything that like I always say when people are like, "Oh, you like that game?" or "You're not gonna get that game. What did you think?" And "Oh, well, what if gaming does this?" I'm like, I don't worry about that. I need two things to happen. I need to see a trailer where I'm like, I gotta play it, or I need a friend of mine to be like, "Bro, you gotta play it." So for me, I love watching a
Yeah,
trailer of a movie. And I'm like, "Oh, I gotta see that movie," right? So for me, I just love I love coming up with little slogans. I'm a wrestling fan, so I love seeing how wrestlers have catchphrases that go on forever. So I always kind of reinvent myself. Like I was it was the Now Your Mama Knows, but then a really good friend of mine who has a really big channel, he invited me to play him in the finale of a Tekken tournament. And so and they was raising charity for I think it was kids with cancer or something really beautiful. And so me and him was in
right.
the finale. And so he was like, "Bro, and I need you to do one other thing." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Change your channel name." So I thought he was joking. I was like, "Man, get the hell out." He's like, "No, bro, I'm serious." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Bro, every time people be like, 'Yo, the Cowboy dude, how did he find his channel?' He'd be like, 'It's a Now Your.'" He's like, "Man, I don't know." Now I always knew it was long and it meant something special to me. And my channel
Right.
name was Now Your Mama Knows for since 2011 to I guess last year. But I had to think about it. I'm like, well, he has a big channel and he loves marketing. And you know what? I wear this cowboy hat all the time. You're probably like, how does And Now Your Mom Knows correlate, right? And I was like, all right, so I made a Cowboy King of content because I was always talking about how to do so much content. And then somebody checked me before. A good friend of mine's Lion. He was mad at because we do our Monday podcast where we talk about gaming, and we just let anybody bring up a topic and we just discuss it. Well, he was like, "Bro, y'all
Right.
ain't fact checking or nothing." I'm like, "I don't need to fact check. This is a discussion." He's like, "You call yourself the king of content. What's up with your content?" So I was like, you know what? Somebody once said you should be the king of all entertainment. I was like, that's long. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna change it to the king of entertainment because I just like to have fun. I'm enjoying this. Everything to me is entertainment. And
Right. Right.
being the king of entertainment, now you can't question me and get mad if we didn't fact check a video that we just wanted to throw out there and say, what do you guys think? So it's like future proofing me to be like, bro, I'm just about laughs, entertainment, enjoyment. Again, you could see me doing a movie review. Then next thing you know, he's like, why is he walking the dog in the video? That's just my thing. So I don't do YouTube to make money. I just do YouTube to have fun. And what's cool is, yeah, I make a little bit of money, but every month I make enough to buy two $70 games. It's good enough for me. I can pay my car payment. So for me, I don't need to
Yeah,
follow the
hell
trend.
yeah, that's a blessing, bro. That's a
Yeah,
blessing. I'm trying
and
to
I'm
get
getting
like you.
yeah, and I'm getting to do it my way. Like now, granted, if I wanted to be serious and I just wanted to do reviews, my reviews go crazy. Like my one review right now is it just hit 100,000 views, right? And it's still going, right? So and
Congrats.
that's about an Ethernet cable. I didn't know that was gonna happen. But I do so much stuff. I always got somebody watching something from years ago. Like right now, somebody's watching an old video. And then somebody will comment and I'll be like, oh, this is crazy. They commented on this video that's 5 years old. Or like I had no clue. I had this weird I don't know if I got a spider bite or infection, but back in September, I like vlogged it little by little. So I waited. I always record stuff and I just have it sitting in I'll have it sitting in a little queue, right? And then one day I'm gonna make that video. So that was back in September. I was like, okay, over the weekend, I made the video. I put it out. I'm thinking like 30 people probably gonna watch this video. It's about me saying, what do you guys think happened to my leg? And I was like, oh, it's look nasty. Makes, bro, the next day I was like, as I'm watching the video, I was like, what? It got 396 views. Before I finished the video, it was at 412. And then by 2 days, it was like 1,000 and something. Now it's sitting at like 2,000 something. So the thing is,
That's awesome.
You just don't know. You just don't know.
You
So
don't.
I just do YouTube. I had a guy inbox me last night. Oh, I can help you grow your channel. I said, bro, you're not gonna help me grow my channel. He's like, no, I'm telling you. I said, because I don't follow the trends. If you want your channel to be successful, you stick to one content. You do gaming, you stick to gaming. You like a specific game, you stick to that game. You do music, So YouTube algorithm wants you to do one thing. I just do whatever I want. So my channel will never fully blow up because the YouTube algorithm can't fully push my content. But guess what?
I
just
agree.
like to do it.
I understand.
I'm living on my own terms. So like the 21st was what, 2 days ago? You get paid on YouTube every 21st of the month. I got $144. It's good enough for me to get on here and laugh, joke, and be silly. Anyway.
Right.
So.
No, that's one of the reasons why I started doing Twitch, because started doing it for fun. I like to play vast, different types of games. It's like, when, to truly want to do that, like I'm not sure if it's the same type of algorithm or something different, but yeah, usually I have to stick to one game for a long period of time to build a community. And for the longest time, I've been playing like nothing but fighting games, like single player games. I like to stick to what I like to do. I don't like to always do Call of Duty, multiplayer, Fortnite, because I get asked those questions sometimes. But I just like, one of the important things is just being consistent. Like being consistent, doing what you're doing, you're definitely going to build a vast majority of, of different types of people, I get one guy named Shadow J that comes in my channel, talks about Street Fighter 6. I don't have the game, but I know what he's talking about because I love playing fighting games. I like playing Street Fighter. I have Street Fighter 5. So I know exactly what he's talking about as far as the combat and things like that. So, but I welcome all types of people from different areas. Mortal Kombat, Texas Chainsaw, Last of Us, whatever, Dead Space. I'm here for it.
So wait, what platform do you put your most time into? So I know you got a YouTube, but you just said you also do stuff on Twitch. So what do you live stream on Twitch?
So I do my live streams on Twitch. I post my content on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and also, I try to spread as much of content out as possible. So I stream mainly on Twitch. I try to, be consistent in that, build a following, get people back, because it's been years since I started streaming. But since I started back up going into the new year, that's one of the things, I want to vow to do. So that way I could get people to come back more because they miss me. What can I say? I will miss me too. But, other than that, like, this is the place, coming to me is the place where you can kick back, relax, enjoy yourself, enjoy the good music, enjoy the content, and enjoy the commentary. Right. I love doing it all.
Nah, man, it's cool. It's so for me, we're entertaining. That's what we're doing. We're entertaining. So we used to have the Stadia community, and it was a lot of big this and that and this. And I used to say, listen, I'm different than you guys. You guys are following and putting out content for Google Stadia, right? My channel was around before they even imagined what Google Stadia was. But I do a section of my content is Google Stadia. Now, guess what happened? Google Stadia, one day Google said we're getting rid of it. And people was like, and that they channels was gone. Because guess what? It followed a certain entity. My channel is about me. I'm the entity, right? So at the end of the day, like I'm a character, right? That's me. So so I just look at it as I always say I'm an entertainer. I'm just here to entertain people. I love people chatting, jumping. If this wasn't a stream with you as a guest, I would have threw a link out. And anybody watching, a random individual, the first time they ever stumble, could press the button and jump on just like you and me. and I give everybody a voice. Hey, you want to chat? Now it's dangerous. You have some crazy stuff, but I only ever had 2 weird things happen, you know? So it is what it is. Let me ask you this. With all the knowledge you have, what would give you your advice to some content creators? What would you tell them? You know,
I'm not perfect myself, you know. I would just say start doing something, start creating something that's, you know, that's a reflection on you, just something you like to do, and you know, learn from other people that has more knowledge and experience, because the people that knows more are more than happy enough to, you know, share the information to give you gems, so that way you can excel and get better at. That's why I love asking questions, so that way I can learn how to find ways to better my channel, better my stream, you know. One of the things is just be consistent. Find good, positive things that motivate you to want to do more. You know, along with being consistent can come with, you know, as trials and errors. It's just frustration because it's not easy. Because your content may look like someone else's, but what makes different for you is how you want to make it stand out. You know, you got to ask yourself what's different about yourself. What can you do to make, you know, stand out and get other people's attention? And you know, that's one of the challenging markets we face with today as a content creator, to where we try to stand out, but you know, it kind of like have, you know, being comedian, you know, just different types of comedians. You know, whether you know, specific ones you like is up to you. You know, like you and I are entertainers or content creators and all outright, but how it would resonate with other people is up to how we produce and make that content what we want. So it's just about being consistent and we're hitting that target audience.
That's great. I always tell people that consistency is number 1. If you just think of your favorite show, we just take Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is going to eventually take a break. And when they're gone for 6 months or a year, you don't stop and be like, well, I guess I'm never going to watch TV again till they come on. You immediately find something to take its place. And that's kind of what happened to content creators. People want something to viewership, right? They want something to do while they're washing dishes, while they're sitting back, people just like it, right? And I used to listen to a lot of people while I was driving home from work, or my old job. I used to listen to it at work. So I'd be working with an earbud in, you know, and then real quick comment, you know, and when somebody stopped streaming, like I wanted to find the next thing, you know. But this is cool though. Rain said, yo, you did that with me. I was some random dude. That's true. That's how me and Rain got cool recently. Rain's been on a few times and he was just watching. And I was like, hey, anybody, here's the link, jump in. And he chose like, and he jumped in and was like, what's up, bro? How you doing? And you know, but I mean, it's a crazy thing, excuse me, to do. I've been fortunate to not have many crazy stuff happen. I think it's interesting. I don't know how much I would recommend just letting anybody join, but I think it all depends on the personality of the person. Like I had one day, it must have been somebody who don't like me, sent like 20 trolls. So they was just, oh, I think you gay. I want to sleep with you, all this nonsense. And I'm the right person for that. I'm like, oh yeah? I'm like, bro, listen, it's easy to do this. It's easy to sit back and nobody see you. I said, look, I said, here's the link. Click on the link, jump in here, show who you are, and we could laugh and joke. It was like, I was like, yeah, because people ain't gonna challenge you like that. So now everything you say after I just challenge you, you look foolish because I just invited you to come on and show your face. If you just still making up dumb stuff in the comments, we can't even. Anybody could just not show who they are and sit there and you look like this. And I ate 2 cheeseburgers, and I like Fred Flintstone. Anybody could do that. So, so after that, one guy ended up sticking around. He ended up being a part of the, you know, chatting with everybody. So I just don't take anything personal. So, for me, I don't mind going out on a limb, doing some crazy stuff. But you know, it is what it is. Take the good and the bad.
Respectfully.
So Rain or somebody else, give me I want to do a couple more of these, and then I want to ask you some other stuff real quick, and then we'll close out. So guys, give me some more numbers. Remember, you could pick from 1 to 217. And
where'd you get these questions from? I like these questions.
So what's dope is years ago in 2000, matter of fact, somebody gave me this book as a gift, and I ended up buying it and giving it to a bunch of people because I thought, like, this is cool. You just open the book and flip, and it's just all these hypothetical questions. It's like you could go to a party and just pick a number,
Be
and you don't know
random
what it's
with
gonna.
it.
Yeah, and everybody will tune in. So I've always loved this. My wife hates it, by the way, because obviously she's been with me for a while, and she heard all these questions. She's like, "Oh, here he go." But I think it's a dope thing. But I'll send you the link. I have the PDF.
Oh yeah,
So
that'd be
yeah,
awesome. That'd be
yeah,
awesome. I would love that.
I send you the PDF, and it's just like you could be home and just like, tell one of your kids, pick a number and just watch how the conversation go. It's just, and you don't know what, like they got so many, like for instance, let's see what 45 is. Like the different type of questions, like some of them would be like, you'd be like, oh, like death and cheating, and it's interesting. So 45 says, someone very close to you is in pain, paralyzed, and will die within a month. Wow, what I was just saying. He begs you to give him poison so that he can die. Would you?
Man, bro. No.
I told you these
I don't want
questions
that on
could
my
go.
conscience.
Right.
I don't know, man. That's tough. That's tough.
And then it says, what if it was your father?
Nah.
So,
I think
so
my
they're
dad would go
begging
out.
you. They're begging you to give him poison.
I won't be an advocate of sending him to his doom because that's a guilty conscience that would be put on me.
Right.
That's deep.
But he's asking you to help him get out of pain.
There's angels for that, man. You got to pray for that. And
Yeah,
my dad is a preacher too, which is the
Okay.
crazy part. Yeah, you know what I'm
cool.
saying? So
Yeah, that's cool, man. There's a really good one I want to get your feedback on. I think it's number 3. I used to know these like the back of my hand. So if you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone?
that's number 3. If I have opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told? Well, I hold my kids close to me, so I would definitely talk to them and let them know. You know, that's complex, man. So if I would have an opportunity to communicate with them, I'll just let them know the values of what they need to do to better themselves, especially from coming from 2 different genders, one boy, one girl, and how they need to operate in this society and how they need to move. Because facing the unknown is a scary thing, especially when you're raising kids and they go on life on their own, and it's up to them to fly or fail, flight or fight.
Trust me, man.
I want to make sure they're better prepared so that way they can better utilize their options so that way they could be successful because there's only so much I could show them, but that's over time as they get older to educate them, that's one of the key components.
Now,
so I would regret not being able to communicate with them and not talking to them.
Okay. That's deep. And it says, why haven't you told them yet? As a follow-up.
Oh, I have told them like over time, like, hey, I'm here to stay for a while. I mean, especially my son. I'm like I said, they're a reflection on me as far as like the behaviors, how to respond to other people. So I definitely had to do a lot of self-reflection and accountability to understand that hey, this is not the right way to move because my kids is going to be doing what they see, and they're going to think it's okay, which is not.
Right. Now the funny thing is,
I do tell them.
Yeah. The funny thing is, the question I thought it was going to be was actually number 4. So I want you to answer number 4. This is what I wanted you to answer. I had the wrong one. If you could spend 1 year in perfect happiness, okay, but afterward remember nothing of the experience, would you do so? If not, why? So it's going to be the most, like whatever perfect happiness could be for a whole year, but after it happens, you won't remember it.
Man, That's scary, ain't it? It's like, hey, you're gonna have this wonderful experience, but after this, you won't remember nothing. I feel like it's hard to answer that because I think if I have a moment of happiness, I would definitely be making an impact to other people's lives.
Mhm.
It would come back to me at some capacity because I already planted that seed for the whole entire year.
Right.
So, I mean, I will probably forget, but it won't be forgotten.
That's deep. Yeah.
So, would I take the opportunity? I mean, yeah, I would take the opportunity because I know it's going to come back on me.
Hmm.
What's that? That's an interesting question. Remember 40 Days and 40 Nights with Adam Sandler?
Right.
Something like that, to where the chick has like memory loss after 24 hours. After the next day, she don't remember nothing of what previously transpired until it just jogged in her head of this guy that she's been talking to. Right. But it just resonates some type of memory to where like she knows this was someone important or something significant. Right. And he had to remind her, he took it upon himself, say, hey, this is what happened. And and this is like a forever living condition.
Right.
So for something like that, it's gonna constantly hit you and remind you, like, hey, this is what you done. This is how you affected me. This is what it is. This is what's going on. This is what's happening.
I always think of the movie The Vow, the Nicholas Spark movie, where the husband and wife was in a car. They stopped in a snowstorm and they was kissing, and because of the snowstorm, it was the light. It was no cars around. They kissed, and when they stopped, a truck just rear-ended them, and the wife lost all her memory. She woke up, didn't know who her husband was. He's trying to and she didn't want to go back with him to their house. So they got her mom and parents showed up and she stopped talking to her parents. So they didn't tell her, and he didn't want to tell her either, that you don't even talk to your parents anymore. Because he felt like, whatever could help her try to remember. So she decides she didn't want to stay with him. She tried it, but she just felt like, I'm with this weird man. I'd rather go with the people that's telling me they're my parents. And so she goes with her parents and pretty much stopped being with him. I won't ruin it, but that movie was really good. But it's like, wow, she no longer remember who he was, and he's trying everything in his power to remind, and then to the point where her ex-fiance meets up with her and try to get back into her life because she seen pictures at her parents' house of him. So it more was like, well, maybe I'm supposed to be with him. It was deep, but all right, so Rain said 60. And Chariot, what's up, man? Chariot Man Gaming in the building. I got my guy on here, Platinum Godfather, interviewing him. If you want to throw a number out there between 1 and 217, feel free while we're doing this before we close this part down. Let me see, 60. So let's go to 60. And it 60. Is...
I'm surprised no one said 69.
And you know what's funny? People always do that. And these people probably haven't done it because every time people do, I always say 69 is the worst one. It's the most boring. I guess they knew people was going to do that. It's the most boring question in this book.
It is?
Yeah, 69 is terrible. I'll show you. But number 60 says, would you add 1 year to your life if it meant taking 1 year from the life of someone in the world selected at random?
Would it matter if you told whose life you had shortened?
Right.
Man, these questions, bro.
Yeah, man.
Selected at random. Oh, it's like, should you be noble or selfish?
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's just 1 year. But again, when we talked about that 1 year being the most amazing year in your life, so I mean,
2 and 2, right? 2 and 2, make it work. I mean, I would lead it up to a coin flip chance. I would flip it to where it would take a 1 year away
Right.
if I lose, but gain 1 year, but taking someone else's life. I would leave it up to chance of
Right.
flipping
So
the
it's
coin.
50-50. I got you. And then the
Right.
second part of the question, if if you were to tell the person, you had to look them in the eye and said, "Listen, I'm about to do this magic wish thing and take 1 year of your life and give it to me." Could you do that?
Like tell that person?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I don't think I could do it then.
That's crazy.
Urban said, "I wonder how many copies of this book sold. Dude probably made millions." I mean, I remember, and again, this book is old. It probably came out in the late 90s, or maybe 2000. I'm not sure, but I got it in 2000. I know that for a fact. And but all right, so I'm gonna show you 69. 69 says, "If a friend were almost always late, would you resent it or simply allow for it? Can you be counted on to be on time?"
Man, that's like one of the biggest turnoffs on me is like I can understand being like because I used to be doing that all the time,
Right.
when meeting up, hanging out, but I've grown to be more punctual on time.
Right.
So it will grind my gears a little bit. Like if you're like constantly always late, because let's say an event or something particular happened on time and the
Right.
doors closed at a particular time, where you at? It's gonna start without you, and you paid money for that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole bunch of stuff
Right.
just from dates to planning something. It could be nerve-wracking when someone or that particular, always late. I wouldn't tolerate it.
So I see this one out the corner of my eye, and I love the long ones. They're always crazy. So let me give you this one. After a medical examination, your doctor calls and gravely says you have a rare lymphomic cancer and only a few months to live. 5 days later, she informs you that the lab tests were mislabeled. You are perfectly healthy. Forced for a moment to look death in the face, you have been allowed to turn and go on. During those difficult days, you would certainly have gained some insight about yourself. Do you think they would be worth the pain?
Worth the pain?
Yeah, because for a few days you thought you was dying. So imagine, I guess it's saying that you would probably gain some insight because you thinking you're gonna die. Do you think it's worth the pain? Like, would you go through that?
Yeah, I think it'll be worth it because what guy haven't put us through in a situation to where we have to endure some type of pain,
Mm-hmm.
or some type of challenge. When I'm gonna have to go a little preacher thing here. When we,
Yeah.
because when we, for those that believe or whatnot, or pray, when we pray for like success, finances, strength, wisdom, God will put us through a situation where it tests our physicality, mentally, physically,
Mm-hmm.
and financially or spiritually, to where we have to endure or overcome. Whether we pass or fail is up to us. But I know I faced personally today. I know I faced a challenge of a physical challenge to where if I could get this done in the time frame I need to, based on
Right.
like my merit, strength, and my wits.
Mm-hmm.
So using my cognitive thinking, I made it happen in a time frame that I need to. So that way, and I thank God for anything that happened, whether it's good or bad. But it's a small type of I guess you could say experience or development towards a personal growth.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it like an RPG, but a real life.
Right. And also, he won't give you more than you can handle. Um,
Yeah.
so Urban said, all right, he said, no, it wouldn't be worth the pain because I feel experiencing deaths of close family members gave me insight in life. So, he did have some family members that did pass away, and it haunted him for a
Oh
while.
wow, sorry to
And
hear that.
he's still trying to, really get it together. He said, so there's nothing I learned with having 5 days left to live. And he said, those 5 days, I'll be only wondering what the afterlife would look like and in panic mode. That's deep. So
Man,
there is
that's
one.
that fear entity right there, bro. I can't let that overcome.
Yeah. So
I'll
there
cash
is
out
one.
everything I have, sell everything I have, and travel.
Yeah, I'll just probably be wilding. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's one that I don't know the number, but I'm gonna ask you. and it asks, would you cut off one of your fingers for the ability that 1 hour of sleep fully replenishes you? So now they say you need 8 hours of sleep, but you could sleep for 1 hour and wake up and be fully good. But you had to get rid of one of your pinkies or one of your
I
fingers.
don't think it's worth it. I don't think it would work. I thought it was going to be a question to where, like, hey, to save a family member, yeah,
Okay.
I'll do it for Mark. You know what I'm saying?
So you know what's funny is I remember Will Smith made this video where he was like, when people are sleeping, I'm working. And when people, and I always look at myself like this. I make content in the weirdest hours. I'm like a machine. Like, if you look at my channel, just see, like, bro, how you upload so much stuff? How you find the time? How you still streaming 4 days a week? And it's like, and I do that on regular because I don't, I run off very little sleep. But if I could be replenished by just 1 hour, bro, the amount of stuff I could really get done. So I would give it one finger to have that ability.
You give up
That's
a
what I
finger.
would
Which
do.
finger would you give up? Would you
I
give
get
up
rid
the
of one
middle
of my
finger,
pinkies.
the index,
One of
the
my
pinky?
one of my pinkies. One of my pinkies.
One of your pinky toe, or pinky finger?
Nah, pinky fingers. One of them gone.
Why not a pinky toe? So where nobody, I mean, spirit fingers.
Well, I mean, it said It said it says
You can still
fingers.
swim.
The question says fingers, but yeah, I guess if they said toes, then yeah, I get rid of my pinky toes. But that might mess up with your balance.
True. That is also true.
I still like dancing. I haven't gave that up yet, so I don't know.
Hey, you might have a two-step. It'll be like,
yeah, right. And then you slip. I'm like, oh, I meant to do that. Now, this is what I'm gonna do for my last one. I am gonna find my favorite question because I want to know, and I know what I literally know how it starts. It starts with a cave-in occurs, and I want to say it might be 183. Since when I found it the last person I was interviewing, and it was energy. There it is. Yep, 183. Woo, there you go. Are you ready?
yes, sir.
A cave-in occurs while you and a stranger are in a concrete room deep in a mine shaft. Before the phone goes dead, you learn the entire mine is sealed and the air hole being drilled will not reach you for 30 hours. If you both take sleeping pills from the medicine chest, the oxygen will last for only 20 hours. Both of you can't survive alone. One of you might. Now, after you both realize this, the stranger takes several sleeping pills, says that it's in God's hands, and falls asleep. You have a pistol. What do you do?
Yo, this sounds like one of those movies to where God would test you and you start getting like one of those epiphanies and those I can't think of a movie, but it reminds me of those type of movie,
Well,
life changing
I know a movie
situations.
instantly. I won't ruin it if you guys didn't see it. But probably the most viewed movie I've ever seen. I was talking about it earlier. Stephen King's The Mist.
Right. If he only waited 5 more minutes.
It's my favorite ending. And even not even that. If he just took the lady to get her kid in the beginning. Remember, she was like, please, sir, would you go with me to get my daughter? He was like, ma'am, I got my own kid to worry about. If he just went with her. And also if he waited 5 minutes. So, but yeah, so it's pretty much one of those. So what would you do?
I think it comes in this situation, it comes down to amount of patience. Because when people, and I'd like to think of it as a situation of Saw. If people would just be patient and listen, rather than react all the time, they will find a key solution right in front of them. Mm-hmm. So one specific one is like Saw, where there was like a glowing rod or glowing crystal. And as soon as he woke up, it went down the drain. But the key component was the key to let him out, right? Like it was revealed. I'm like, once he realized it was over with, that it went down the drain. Hey, only thing you had to do was wait the whole situation out while going through this trial and error. So in this situation, yeah, it's definitely a test of willpower. and cognitive thinking, because we got a unconscious body that took upon himself, and you trying to figure out, okay, how the hell I'm going to survive this and leave, or if, that's a lot of contemplating about. You contemplate about a lot.
Well, if you look at the details, it says you got 30 hours, right, for them to get to you,
Right.
but only 20 hours if both of you are alive. If it's only one person alive, one of you might live. Now, my man takes the sleeping pills, look and say, write a note, it's in God's hands, and he sleep, and you got a pistol. So it's pretty much trying to say, would you kill him to survive, or would you just die with him? That's what it's really coming down to. That's the detail.
I think it's a fight for survival at this point, because your survival instincts is going to kick in, so you definitely want to try your best. Something is going to eventually show or reveal itself.
Okay, so I want
everything has to be an end.
I want you to spell it out. Platinum, what you doing?
What am I feeling? Well, what I would have done?
Yeah, my man take these sleeping pills. He slumped, and it's talking about it's in God's hands, and you got a pistol. So what you doing?
Knowing me, I wouldn't just leave it in God's hand. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely, like, if it's meant to be, I would definitely just, use what God gave us capability of, us like that willpower to do something. Hey, if it's not meant to be, it would definitely have been caving in a lot more and a lot faster. But if we're given that time, I think that time is either important for self-reflection and the purpose of doing something about it. I would do something about it.
What would you do?
There was a movie based on like a true life events to where it was something similar to this, to where it was like 15, 20 men was trapped in a cave mining, and they only have like so many hours to live and so many rations. I think with a matter of having that faith, man, and just still try, that would make a big difference.
So what you're saying is you'll sit there and just wait and see if
I wouldn't wait. I would find some way. Before my phone died, I would try to reach out to somebody important that could do something.
Nah, that's
Anything.
That's not in the scenario. You adding stuff.
I thought you said before the phone goes dead.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, before the phone goes dead,
they let you know that, hey, it's only 30. You guys only have 20 hours of oxygen, but two people breathing in this room, it's only going to be 20 hours of oxygen. It's going to take us 30 hours to get to you. That means 20, 30, you're
10
dying.
hours.
Right.
Yeah.
10 hours you don't have. Now, if one person happened to die, then one person will make it. So this guy took sleeping pills and say it's in God's hands, and you got a pistol. So what it's trying to challenge you is where you say, you know what, I'm living. He don't care. He already said, oh well, he's just gonna say, I'm gonna just go to sleep, and pretty much leaving it in your hands. So either you could kill him and survive, or you could just say, you know what, I'm just gonna die with him. But there's no way for two people to survive.
Oh man, for me, knowing me, I would try to Guyver my way out of that situation. I would always try to figure it out.
So you pretty much
try to figure it out.
You're pretty much dying.
In a situation of the movies, I would definitely try to figure out a way to keep us both alive.
You don't have enough. You only got 20 hours. It's not going to happen. You're short 10 hours.
If he happens to die, I'm not saying I'll pull the bullet. I use his body as an oxygen circulation to breathe out his mouth, so that way I can survive.
Well, if he dies, you're going to survive. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If he dies, you will survive.
I'm throwing a monkey wrench in this. He has a heart condition. He dies in his sleep.
Man,
naturally.
Listen,
my man OD.
Listen, I'll step in there, bro. Listen, it's in God's hand. Oh, you're just gonna do me like that, man? I'm gonna bash you in the head with this gun, or I'm gonna shoot the ceiling and make it look like you try to attack me. We struggle. I mean, I'll probably go to jail, but maybe they might let me off in temporary insanity because I thought I was gonna die. Like, but yeah, at that point, I probably would kill dude so I could live. Because he didn't really care.
I'll take the noble route.
Listen, I'm sending them to heaven. He said it's in God's hands. Maybe he wanted me to send him to God.
True, maybe.
My interpretation of him saying it's in God's hands might mean he want me to live by me killing him.
Subjective. I mean, yeah, depending on how you feel about the other person and everything. Who knows?
Well, it's a stranger, so.
I was a
man,
stranger. Oh man.
yeah, it's a stranger. You and a stranger.
What's the name? I forgot the name of that movie. To
Which
where the devil was in his elevator with a group full of people,
Devil.
like 4
It's called
people.
Devil. It's called Devil.
Yes, and
Yeah,
at the end of it,
Mhm.
and at the end of it, the cop came face to face, arrested the guy that killed his daughter.
Mhm.
They
Yeah,
left it on the cliffhanger. It's like, what would you do in that situation? Would you get your vengeance and take it out on him, or would you serve justice and let it be?
So I'm one of these people. If I'm human, and if something happens in front of me, if you catch me, so I have really good patience, right? Over the years, this is my 3rd marriage. I got 4 kids, 3 of them with my first wife when I was 18, 1 kid years later, right? Her mom passed away. I got stories, right? So my patience
Right.
is amazing. But if you catch me in the moment, then I'm human. So you kill my daughter in front of me, I'm going to jail. I'll tell you that right now. But if it's after the fact and then I see the guy, it's like I might have made peace with it, and now I can rationalize that, okay, time went by. I'm not trying to go to jail by killing somebody who killed my daughter, because I rationalize, time later.
Right.
But in the moment, yes, I will fall to the same I'll be susceptible to the same evils of any man. But you give me time to reflect on what's right, and that I don't want to give away my life. I feel like life is so precious for me. I love life. I don't want to lose. I don't want to be in prison for the rest of my life killing somebody because they
Right.
killed somebody I love. Nobody wins. So
Mr. Herbert
Herbert
World
said,
says my biggest fear is losing an arm or eye, but I could lose a leg. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't want to lose my arms because love to play video games and I want to be able to grab things. And I feel like as long as I have my arms, I'm able to fend for myself to a point. And I also, man, I wouldn't want to be blind. I wouldn't mind being deaf versus blind, Blind is like,
Right.
oh man, you can't see nothing. I'd rather not hear nothing and can't really
But you lose
communicate
your
with anyone.
inability to run and do, all sorts of things.
That's true. I mean, one of
Your
my biggest things.
equilibrium will be way off.
Oh yeah, like one of my biggest things was when I messed up my shoulder and I got an MRI and I found out I needed surgery. I was telling my doctor, I was like, I went to surgery because I used to walk on my hands and I just want to do that again. She was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm really active. Like it's little to me, but And so when my arm was cleared, like right now, I'm able to do 3 steps. I just don't practice as
Right.
much. But and I gained some weight too, and I also couldn't lift more than 5 pounds, so I got really weak. So I'm getting my strength back to hold my whole body up. But just me being able to do 3 steps is cool. So I'm like, so yeah,
That's an
when you talk about
accomplishment.
lose, huh?
I said that's an accomplishment. Yeah.
Yeah, to go from 0, and so yeah, I guess it would be hard to lose certain body parts, but if I had the choice, I guess I would keep my arms and my legs. You mentioned ceiling because you watched the TikTok video. What ceiling? Yeah, so on the one show I do, my reality talk show, we just bring up the craziest topics. I go through the week and just collect videos from TikTok and all that, and we play them when we discuss them. And some of the craziest stuff, people, saving people in car crashes, or that guy with the judge where he attacked the judge. Like we covered that. We covered
Oh,
the Cat
okay.
Williams thing. Yeah, the Cat Williams thing. So anything that's trendy and stuff like that. So that's one fun thing we do.
Okay,
Let me
that's
see.
cool.
Question. So, question to Cowboy: would you trust me in this situation? No, I don't trust none of y'all. Urban's mad at me because I was saying in a apocalyptic world I wouldn't trust him. He's like, bro, why not me? I was like, because when it comes down to it, I think a lot of people have a fighting instinct that they want to live more than someone else living. It's just, and so I wouldn't trust anybody if we're in the Walking Dead world, right? And I always tell my kids, if it came down to like a zombie world, as long as y'all could keep up, but I'm a survivor. And at the end of the day, I'm not gonna die with somebody who wants to die. When you give up and break and lose your hope, I'm not gonna run back to get you because you already lost your hope. So now you're gonna get me killed when you wanted to die. Like, what sense does that make? So I can separate the love and family. I think in the end, I'm very logical. Where some people get emotional. I like to separate logic from emotions. And at the end of the day,
yeah, I agree.
Kind of crazy though. Let me see.
That is a good movie.
Yeah, it's called Devil. Yeah, yep. I'm big into movies, so I love trailers. There's movies I could tell you the name of the movie, and I never seen the movie, but I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, that looks cool, but I just didn't want to see the movie for whatever reason. But they say I agree with Cowboy. If I'm in the moment, I'm sending him to the afterlife. But after, I can't risk going to prison because our family members might need me. It's messed up. Yeah, it's cool. Let me see. Oh, Seb, what's up? Seb, we're about to get out of here. Seb's a really cool guy. Seb, you live in Canada, right? Or is it Georgia? I can't remember, or where you reside at. But Seb is 29 years old. He's a really interesting dude. He has been building a movie room in his house, and he's interesting. So he's mute. And so he's mixed. You said you're Japanese and what? I don't remember, but really good dude, man. He always come off the cuff with some crazy stuff to add to the topics and everybody. So it's pretty cool. It's a good group of people that come through here, man, on a daily basis.
Hey, that's what you need.
It's hard for me to not do this sometimes. Like when my wife goes out, I just instantly come in here and turn the camera on. I don't care if I'm playing a game or because people just show up and we just laugh, joke. And I feel like it's almost like I went out the house and I hung out, He said, sorry, I was playing Blasphemous. Well, you was just talking about it yesterday. Let me see. Well, I've seen people run marathons with prosthetics. This is true.
Yeah, you're right. So they don't let that hinder them at all.
Yeah. Anthony, did you see the old home theater seating I removed and put in the house? Yeah, I seen that picture you put in. It looked amazing, man. Let me see. I'm big into movies too. That's why I have a full home theater set up with an LC.
Oh man, I need to be over there.
4K projector. Yeah, that's dope, man. Let me see. I live in Atlanta. Yeah, there you go. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, but I am from Canada, from North Hatley, Montreal, Quebec. Yeah, see, I was good. Just got done recording now, so I can be in this one fully now. We're actually about to wind down. I got one last thing I want to go with. But I will say, Sev, you just came in. Sev, pick a number between 1 and 217, so we could throw it at Platinum Godfather. Let me see. German father, Japanese mother. Okay, there you go. German father, Japanese mother. I have a whole home theater built in modified old shed with black light curtains and soundproof foam. That's dope. Okay, he said 174. All right, so let's do 174. 174 is going to be, how many of your friendships have lasted more than 10 years? And which of your current friends do you feel will still be important to you 10 years from now?
Oh man, that's a great question. I love that. So I have about 4 people I can name, 4 or 5 people I can name that lasted over 10 years for my friendships since like high school, and that's a long time. Also, which of my current friends, his name is Mario. He's one of my best friends that, would help me out through thick and thin through any situation, because he has. So he would be one of my, he's like an older brother to me. He's like a big brother. So he would be definitely the one 10 years from now. We will still be playing games,
Got you.
watching anime, playing games for achievements, and and that's pretty much it. And I'm cool with that.
That's cool, man. That's dope. All right, so I'm gonna put away the book of questions, and the last thing I want to get into, I want to ask you personally, is there anything that we didn't get to that you want to throw out there? You want to talk about? You want this is your time. You can have a question for me. You can have something you want to share. So when people look back, because a lot of people watch some of my streams later on, there's people who live in the UK, and so like in the middle of the night, they'll be commenting. Like there's one guy, Neil J. He lives 6 hours ahead.
Right, right.
So yeah, there's anything because I could have missed some stuff. I had my personal stuff I want to ask you about relationships and video games, but if you have anything, not to put you on the spot, but if you have anything.
I mean, like you did mention something about relationships. I was more than happy to talk about and answer questions on. I didn't know what specifically you had in mind.
Yes.
But no, I just want to say, overall, thank you for having me here and inviting me onto your show and, to do this, to make this happen. Shout outs to you, that way we both converse and get get to know each other and, build a community all together. That's one of the, oaths or one of the things I strive to achieve for, build a strong, happy community. I think it's awesome that I could be here to help, voice not only who I am, but other people that can be inspired or to do more or wanted to do something for themselves to figure themselves out. It takes time. You might figure it out earlier than later. There's multi-billionaires, billionaires that figure stuff out like in their 30s and 40s or whatnot.
Yep.
I just don't want it to be too late for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'd rather do something now than just sort of, sit around and try to figure it out. So I always like to try to do something. I'm busy minded. I like to stay busy doing things. I think it's important to stay true to yourself. Definitely seek mental therapy if you need it, because I mean, all of us come from like a little scar background to where, it kind of, shape or the way we view things in life or relationships. But I think it's important to definitely be self-aware of yourself and knowing what you're getting into. And in regards to anything, do your research. And, I hate to like sound like I'm preaching or whatnot, but I'm just going through like situations to where like what other people would gain and get wisdom from. Pursue the things you like to do, be consistent about it, be brave, be bold about it. Take chances. That's what I do. That's why I like modeling. I like to present a certain, positive black male image. I like to, stay in shape. I like to look good. I like to stay fit and healthy. I always like to be, a reflection of who, the person I would want. So I think there's a lot of things to take in consideration. I know I said threw a lot out, but that's just a part of who I am.
That's good.
And I love it.
Good stuff. Urban had a good thing, man. He said Platinum should join our Discord. So man, our Discord is cool. So I put together a Discord a while back, and it just grew into its own thing. And I love the way he said it. I told somebody, it's like, oh, I said, no. This is when anything I do, I just I let anybody jump on. Like my guy FCat, he comes on Mondays, and you would think he's the host of the show because he brings so much content. And it's like he doesn't want to have his own channel. So I'm like, bro, whatever you want to talk about, I leave it to anybody, right? As long as you're good people, you got good vibes, you're not gonna be trying to, bring everybody down. So yeah, our Discord, I mean, in the middle of the night, people are on there writing. Like it's a good group of people, and we just talk about everything. We go from gaming, and it's a lot of fanboy stuff in there sometimes, or console wars. FCat is always trying to, Xbox is better than this, or PlayStation is better than this, and he doesn't care about either one of them. So it's funny, but yeah, no, it's a good point. But in all my videos, I put the link to my Discord. I don't have like you need a password or whatever. I just randomly let anybody join. And we had one time where it was like a bunch of people joined, like they was like weird. It was like they wasn't really being disruptive, but it was like, wait, you could tell it was like a bunch of people was just trying to see if they was gonna be disrupted, and then he disappeared. But yeah, man, if you ever want to jump in, yeah, feel free. I always tell people jump in whenever you want. I have a tab called share your content. Some people don't even write in my Discord, but they only come in to share their content. That's what it's there for. So you could just come in and you made a video or you going live, you just jump in, put on to share your content. People see it and then they show up. Like a lot of times people are streaming. I don't even realize they're streaming. I see it on Discord. I get the notification like, oh my man, like yesterday, oh my man, ISO streaming. I jumped in the stream. Like so yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it is an avenue to network in there as well. And like I said, put your content in there. People just randomly scroll through my, like, matter of fact, I'll show you how crazy it is. Check this out. I'm gonna show you the I don't show our personal in behind the scenes Discord when we be talking about nonsense and craziness. But if you go to the Discord, it's called Now Your Mama Knows, and you go to the second thing is share your content, and it's cool. Just look at it. Like TPG just shared a video he did just today, Last of Us. My guy, I barely even talked to Reaver the Beaver. I don't know him that well, but I know him through other people, and he know me through other people. He took me up on the offer. He throw his stuff in there. Sometimes I check it out. Chariot Man Gaming, that was just in earlier. He threw his new video up that he did today. Rudigs threw his video up. TPG again, Rudig's other video. So it's open there for anybody to ISO, like Blizzbing. Matter of fact, I meant to click on this. But yeah, so feel free, man. Rain is a brand new content creator. And yeah, like I said, you don't even have to be in like Rudigs. He threw in N7's video. N7 isn't in the Discord, but he shared his video. You could do that. You could be like, oh, here's a video you guys want to check out. So yeah, man, if you're busy and you don't have time to chat, just share your stuff. We would love to watch it. We would love to you might gain some new subscribers, new followers, new whatever. So it's always, open. I
appreciate that.
Yeah. And thanks, Urban, for mentioning that. Because I often forget to tell people, hey, we got a Discord if you guys want to check it out and blah, blah, blah. But what does Sev said? He said, still buying 4K UHDs, physical movies to this day. That's dope.
Hey, movie collector.
Yeah, man. If anybody is looking for seating to go in a home theater, don't cheap out. Get the, what is it?
Valencia.
Yeah, Valencia. Okay. Let me see. Love those interviews. Thanks, man. Let me see. But if we are talking about movies, I am the leader of a movie club. Oh, that's cool. We actually saved up enough money to outright buy old theater nearby downtown. That's cool. I think if we're talking about movies, I might just be the I gotta come up with something that's the mayhem of movies or something. I don't know. But no, the thing is, I literally go to the movies. Whenever I see a movie I personally have interest in, it doesn't escape me. But I like to go. That's when my wife and I like time to get out the house. So we just go to the movies. So and every time I see a movie, I do a movie review. So if you just look at my movie reviews, you're like, wait, you reviewed that, you seen that. Like, that's just one of, like, I think going to the movies is a hobby of mine. It's just a thing.
Okay.
But let me see. And everything is spoiler free. I don't like spoilers. So
that's good.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. So the DC is so good. Second person in your DMs. LOL. All right. Well, with that being said, man, any last thing you want to say before we get out of here? This was cool, man.
I have two things. Well, one, you guys can follow me anywhere from TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube under Platinum Godfather, and also I sell my merch as well on teespring.com, where you can I have my own storefront where you can buy merch from to t-shirts that says what's really good, from hoodies, t-shirts to the regular logo icons, Platinum Godfather. You got to find that all there for the merch in Teespring under the name of Platinum Godfather. And I appreciate everyone. Huh?
No, I was gonna say what I'm gonna do is when the show's over, just send all that to me and I'll put it in the description. Yeah, so I'll put awesome. Just send me everything and I'll put it all in the description.
I got you. And the second thing is, where you going to see me in this Mortal Kombat, Mr. King? Mr. Cowboy King?
Oh, me? Listen,
yeah, bro. You Cowboy King of Entertainment.
No, I can't believe he's going to do this to me. He was trying to say we should play it
do that one time for the people that's watching.
I was like, you know what? I just don't want to trash him live. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm gonna let you live today to fight
You know
another
what
day.
I mean?
Yo, look who popped up. Dodge Man said, "Oh, he got you there." Oh man, Dodge Man, you be quiet, bro. You know Platinum be ducking me, man. You know?
I'm here right now.
Oh yeah. You know, it's see about that.
It's about that time.
It's getting late, you know. He said, "You're running. That's what it is." Now, listen, Platinum is amazing, and you guys seen him when we was doing the Thursday Mortal Kombat thing, man. Him and Dodge, man, just wow, man. Do you play all fighting games like that? Like, do you like?
For the ones that like I really like invested in, yeah, I would take the extra time to okay, this is what I need to do to, overtop my like in Street Fighter, I play as Geef. Because why? Because he's a wrestler. Geef, not Ryu, but anywhere someone along's a grappling, a Balrog, or strikers, the brawlers. I love playing those guys,
Gotcha.
so I love playing most fighting games. Put it like that.
So, did you ever use Murdoch in Tekken? Cause he
No,
was.
I never. I played a little bit with him.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
he's a
yeah,
good grappler and wrestler too. But I
yeah.
like
All
King.
of that.
I don't know. I got my favorites. I like King more.
Okay, got you, man. All of that stuff, he counter and sweep you and get on top of you and just pound you in UFC rolling over and yeah, he was a beast.
Yep.
And then they added that dude Fakaram. Yo, man, he's pretty much their version of Sagat. He was just
Right.
they had like a helicopter with him in like a big steel thing and it just broke and dropped and he just hit the ground and comes out and he's like their mountain of muscle. They added him in the
I just
last
love
game.
how dramatic they get.
Yeah, that guy is like, whoa. Yeah. What did Dodge said? He said, nah, it's the other way around. Nah, he's ducking me, bro. He said, I suck at fighting games too, Anthony. It's okay. Nah, listen. Hey, whoa, I didn't say I suck. I didn't say I suck at fighting games, but there's a level. Like, these guys are on another level because I choose to not get better. But when I get to the point where I'm like, you know what, now I'm probably never gonna get that great with combos. I mean, I will have to break and say okay, because I had a vow that I just don't like the long juggles. But I'm a cheesy fighter. Like I'm the guy where I sweep, overhead. Like I like to do a lot of mix-ups. But yeah, if I definitely added all the extra million hit juggles that these guys learned, I'll be vicious. But then
I
I would
believe
just,
it.
then Platinum will retire, and we don't need all that to happen.
Maybe.
Maybe. Nah, you got that fighting spirit, man. Man, this is cool, man. It's almost like I never want to end this, but all right, man. Well, look, we're gonna call it there, man. I don't want it to be too long because I like people to see it and be like, oh, cool, I want to check it out. And I feel like whenever I heard that this one guy, he's really successful. And he doesn't work like his YouTube channel, like he run it as a business, and that's all he does. And his wife doesn't work, so his income on YouTube supplements both of their incomes. But he sell coffee. He's real crafty, right? Reforge Gaming.
Okay.
If you ever seen him, right? And
what's his name?
Reforge Gaming. He's mainly a PlayStation guy, and so his thing is he doesn't like to go past 3 hours. It's something he just realized with the algorithm that his 3 hours is like the sweet spot. He'll even end the stream and come back later if he got more. But he likes to, and I always like, I used to do 5-hour streams long, but then I got to the point where I was like, okay, I enjoy it, but at some point, maybe I should go spend some time with my wife. Maybe, because my wife, although, which is cool though. So I do this so much because my wife and I made a deal a long time ago. She said, look, you can do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but Friday, Saturday, Sundays is mine. So, so it's kind of cool. But I figure, you know what, if I don't stream that long on certain of these days, then it's cool because we can still watch some shows and all that, instead of me streaming to like midnight. Now, Wednesdays when we wrestle, she just know I'm gone because those are my longest days. Because me and the guys, we go for 9. Well, it's 10 titles now. We added a brand new title, and so matches could take a while. So those are like 5-6 hour streams sometimes.
Right.
But yeah, man. But
you with the boys.
Yeah, but I enjoy this stuff, man. I love this stuff for meeting people like you. I love networking. I love just meeting new people, learning about them. I love content creation and seeing other people, and I love creativity. I love to be like, oh wow, look at his thing, or look at your microphone, or oh, what do you do? Or look at the pictures in the background, or I just love looking and absorbing and seeing, people and how they do things different. It's such a cool thing because content creation allows you to be creative. It allows you, and it allows the average person, the average idiot, to put a cowboy hat on and sit in front of people and just start talking. It allows us to get our 15 minutes of fame, so to speak. Like we will always watch TV before YouTube and all that. You're like, man, I wish it was a way for me to be in a movie. You just didn't have a shot. You could try to go to movie, learn how to be an actor or whatever. Now people are being able to be whatever they want to be because of social media and platforms like this. So it's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
And my
no, yeah, I
man,
love it. It's a great opportunity for all of us to grow.
yeah, man. My man Darth Kermit is in the building. Darth, we about to shut it down, man. He said I didn't know he made a living off of YouTube. Yeah, he does. He does. He said I have to stop criticizing YouTubers. It's how they eat. No, you know what? I do. The thing is, somebody said to me, would I want YouTube to be a full-time gig? And you know what's crazy? Because of Reforge Gaming, I said no. I watched the way he run his thing as a business, but remember, when you run a business, it has to keep going, right? And meaning
Right.
you have to
Absolutely.
follow trends. You can't just do what you want to do, right? He got so many trolls go after him. Every so often he got to make it where it's members only because he want to block out the people who aren't, a member. But then he does member giveaways, and then they gift the trolls members, and he don't know, and people be clipping his stuff. Now you can get in trouble if you clip his stuff and he made it for members only, because that's like a some policy YouTube have. So he'll be like, listen, I'm gonna prosecute anybody that do that. But I watch him stress, I watch him flip out on screen. I'm like, damn. And I watch him have to keep feeding this engine what it wants and not specifically what he want to do, and that will get rid of my creativity. Like I want to do this because I want to do this. I don't want to do this
Right.
because YouTube algorithm says you have to do this. Now granted, how cool is it he sit at home and stream? So I'm not saying that's not cool, but what I'm saying is I love the freedom. Like when on the 21st is when we get paid on YouTube. When I made $144 a couple of days ago, I was like, that's cool for me, just doing whatever I want, messing up the algorithm. Oh, I just put out a video about me and my wife went to the beach the other day, but then the video before that got 2,000 and something views, and now I'm putting out this video that nobody want to watch that probably only got like 18 views. So the algorithm's like, what? We can't put this content out. They don't want this. Guess what? I want to do it. Now,
Right.
I know
Right.
I'm messing myself up, but I enjoy it. I love it. So, but
I get it.
listen,
I respect it.
so it's one of those things. It's like, listen, and I respect him because look what he's doing and all what he goes through, like, and at the end of the day, listen, he comes back on, he put a smile on his face, and he do it the next day. Sometimes he's going crazy. He's like, yo, y'all guys are pissing me off. Like people are always clipping his stuff and trying to make it look like he's saying this and that. Because he kind of does the console war a little bit because he's more of a PlayStation guy. And he always cover like when Xbox do something bad. So it's people who can't stand him and it's people who love him and ride for him. And it's like, it's something I guess I wouldn't want that stress. Because I don't even like to use the word. But I literally watch him and I'm like, damn, bro, I feel bad for him sometimes. But he knows it comes with the territory. So I guess at the end of the day, sometimes we be like, oh, I would do this for a living. You got to really know what you want, It's like you got to really.
Absolutely.
A good friend of mine used to have a saying. He used to say, we always get what we want is we don't specify. Like, God, give me $1 million. Next thing you know, you got $1 million because you was in a car accident and you lost your legs. So you sued the car who crashed you. But guess what? You got the $1 million. So
right, but at what cost, right?
yeah, so I feel like if we got to be calculated, right? We got to be like, I want this, and this is how what I'm gonna have to do to get this. And we always think the end game is the money. No. Go look at the statistics of how many people who won the lottery are broke. So it can't always be the end game is I just want all this money. No, what are you gonna do with the money? And then when you start making these high purchases, like buying homes and cars, when the money goes down, how are you going to keep affording the bills? Right? You get this mansion, you got all this money. Cool. Once your money get low, because if you're not putting it into something that's going to make money, then eventually it's going to get low. When it get low, wait, you don't have a mortgage anymore. Cool. You bought that mansion, but your electric bill is $634 every month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, how you
So
gonna pay that, right?
right. So I think we as a society and people just need to be more calculated. People just throw out dumb stuff. I want to do this. I want to do this. It'd be cool if you think of like it's smart to have long-term goals and short-term goals. And so sometimes people just think of the here and now, but we forget that there's a behind the scenes once you get to this, like my wife and I had an 8-year plan. We're on 7.5. So we said 8 years ago or 7.5 years ago, in 8 years, we want to move to Florida when my daughter turns 18. My daughter's now 17. She'll be 18 in May. So it's like, wow, it's getting there. So we got to sell the house. We got to find a new place to move to in Florida. So now we're getting close and we're like, okay, we're going to have to soon start actually ramping it up. But our grown kids that live here, that's not going, it's getting close. Like, I already know we've been talking about this for 7 years. Yeah, I know y'all gonna have to move out soon because in order for us to sell the home, we gotta empty it. We got most of it got to be empty. So when somebody walk in to look at it, they got to be like, oh wow, look at that space. They don't want to come in and see all my stuff. Then they're gonna look and be like, I don't like the way it look. Their mind's gonna tell them that this is the way it's gonna look when they live there. They need to be able to explore their imagination. So it's like, okay, our short-term goals is like, okay, like one of the things is I got a new job back in October because I needed a remote job. I said, okay, part of the plan is my wife and I, we both going to get remote jobs eventually. So instead of, oh, we move in a new area and we got to find jobs because we might have some money when we sell the house, right? But who's going to give me a lease because we're going to rent first and I don't have a job, right? I'm just going to move there with all this money for selling the house, but I don't have a job. So it makes sense. Okay, get a remote job that I can just take a day or a couple of days off and drive down and set up and I'm back to work because my job is at home. So I did that. Now my wife is starting to look now. So it's just like knowing the goals and whether it's short term or long term, but also knowing once you reach the goal, then what comes with it. What did you set yourself up for? And now you have to maintain, right? Everybody want money, but again, when you get that money, what did it cost you and how do you maintain having that money?
Exactly.
So
one of the important things you mentioned is one of the things that will cost you too, like because you're gonna have to sacrifice something.
Yeah.
Either time, sleep, old habits, hobby.
Like you said, old habits. Like, what's crazy when people say, oh, I got a YouTube channel, watch me. And I always tell people, this is the thing. People run on cycles, right? I wake up, I go to work, I come home, I play video games, I hang out with my wife, I watch this guy on YouTube at 8 o'clock, and then I watch a show and I go to bed. So when somebody brand new, like I never get offended when I say, oh, I got a YouTube channel and somebody don't watch it. They have to get rid of something in their daily rotation in order to put me in there. And it takes time to do that. So it's like you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's part of content creation right there. I got business cards. So I would go to the mall. Like when I was before I was monetized, this is crazy. All right, real quick. So I had my channel for 9 years before I even imagined being monetized. I thought that wasn't even a thing. Like, so I met this guy, Josh Ware, and he was like, bro, I was on his podcast. He was like, man, your YouTube channel, you got so many videos. How you not monetized? I said, man, nobody make money on YouTube. It's like, what? He was like, bro, all these, you do so much content. I said, man, never crossed my mind. I had like 300 subscribers. And that's from 9 years of me not even say subscribe. People just randomly subscribing. So he said, dude, I challenge you. Give yourself a year. I said, all right, I'm going to take the challenge. I did it in a year and 30 days. Now, I was hustling, bro. Like, I'm either here or I'm here. I mean, I was going to the mall, handing out cards. Like, I was just hustling. I was asking everybody. I was coming up little texts to text people and say, just share this text to 3 people. And the text would say like, oh, could you ask 3 people? Like, I knew I wanted to do the goal once I set my mind to it. So I say that to say this. So I reached the goal and then it was like, okay, now you did it, right? Now what, right? Okay, now what? So now you got the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So now what happens? And so then it was like, people was like, oh, because I was weird about money. Like, I don't like to ask people for money and all that. And people had to tell me, like, dude, it's YouTube. It's a platform. People will love what you do and they'll donate. It's what people do. Like, don't feel weird.
Right.
Like Dodge Man. I love Dodge Man. This guy, almost every day he'll come in and just throw me $10. My man gifted me Spider-Man 2. My man, and I had it from Gamefly. And he had gifted it to me, and I just had to send my Gamefly back. My man gifted me for Christmas Assassin's Creed Mirage. Like, people just love your personality and what you do if you're just being true to yourself and others. And so when I became monetized, I felt weird. I was like, I don't want to have a membership. I don't want to ask people for money. It's like, no, it's just alternate things out there, and the people who appreciate what you do, it's up to them. You don't ever hear me on there like, oh, guys, make sure you do this now. I got a little pre-made video that I play every now and then that talks about my membership and what you get and this and that. But yeah, I mean, so this thing is dope, man. And meeting people like you, and just, you never know what tomorrow brings, right? You don't know if that video you put out is going to have 2K views because like my video, I think I put hashtag bug bite, spider bite, and infection. And I think, like, I was asking people, like, how'd you find I'm swear, bro, I'm thinking this video is going to get like 18, 30 views. And I'm like, who's watching this? But people was like, oh, I think you got bit by a spider. I think it's infected. I'm like, I'm reading the comments like, all right, cool. Because I just was recording it for me. I thought it was funny. My wife laughing, talking about she want to cut it open. She thinks ticks is inside of it. She Googling all this crazy stuff. So you never know. All right, I'm going to shut up now.
You're right. I mean, I think that's dope, man. I like that.
That's cool, man. But yo, we gotta collaborate, man. Like, we play games, but now that this door is open, bro, let me know. I mean, I love doing stuff on other people's channel, man. I'm not like, you know, some content creators be like, they always want people to come to their channel. No, bro, let me, like, look, if you want to have like a stream and have me as a guest, and I try to get my people yo, guys, I'm gonna be on his channel on Thursday or whatever. I'm gonna send the link out to everybody I know, because why not? And I'm like this. I always say this, and it sounds weird. People be like, I won't never say that. I'm not the gatekeeper of entertainment. If everybody watching went to your channel because of this video and stopped watching me for you, that's where they want to be. I'm not the gatekeeper of entertainment. Some people be like, you can't talk about your channel on my channel. I don't care. One, I'm just doing it for fun. And two, I would rather them to be happy. Imagine if they like your content more than mine, but I'm like, I'll never. Imagine I was like, oh, I don't even watch anime. And a lot of people are like, man, we love anime. Like Urban, he could tell, like Urban's one of the coolest people I ever met on YouTube. I always tell him this. He's real, man, the stuff he like, he's the most interesting guy, right? And he was like, oh, you should tell Platinum to come in here. I could tell he's like, oh, I already like him because you like this, you like that. Urban might start watching you and not me. Guess what? Wouldn't I rather somebody I consider a friend to be happy? Wouldn't I rather you give? It's like if you told me about your favorite show and your main actor got canceled. Let's say cancel culture, right? Let's use this term. Let's say your favorite actor was what's his name that was going to be Kang the Conqueror?
Jonathan Majors.
Right. Let's say your favorite actor was Jonathan Majors. So you was out of Marvel. You got back into Marvel. You watching everything Marvel because you loving where it's building up. Now they let Jonathan Majors go. You're like, man, I'm done with Marvel, and I haven't watched Marvel either. And you're like, oh, but they're recasting him with Michael J. White. And I'm like, bro, that was my man. He played his Spawn. Now I start watching Marvel. You would be like, good for you. I don't watch it no more. But I'm glad that I told you. Now you watch it. So it's like, I'm not the gatekeeper of entertainment. I always say this. No, I do what I personally like first. Like, I come first. So I love to do this, and I just hope that people who like what I like find it. And then we could all be cool. But if you don't like it, it's fine. There's so many people doing other stuff. Just go watch somebody else. And I'll show people other people. Yo, oh, you like this? Oh, my man Platinum does this. Oh, you like this? My man Stream does that. Like, you know, because we should all be happy, and entertainment should make us happy. So for me, it's like, listen, if we just feel free, cool, like, hey man, you know, we just good energy, good vibes. I think it comes back. I think it comes back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It'll come back to you.
Yeah, definitely. Like, that's just, I don't know. I love life. I love people. I'm a people's person. And good people like you, man. Good vibes. It's just it makes me love doing this stuff. But
Hey, help push it, help push the envelope, help push it further, help keeps
yeah,
the
man.
dream moving. Help keep it going. I
Yeah, I
love it.
mean, it's real. Well, let me ask you this as we was extending it. So what is your goals with content creation? What are you what's
Oh
your short
man,
term?
well,
What's your long term? What are
that's
you
a
doing?
good question because I watch other people, and shout outs to this guy named Maximilian. Like he's like
Okay.
well versed in different types of fighting games, and
Yeah.
he also expresses an interest in many other games. Like I aspire to be like knowledgeable in the games I do in the play, and help spread that and help become a part of that at some capacity. To where like, oh, I know the perfect guy. Like just as you said, this is the guy you want to talk to. Check him
Gotcha.
out. I like to be that guy. And also outside of it, like I'm multidimensional. Like like I said, I model, so I paint a different image. I like to paint different narratives of myself, not only just entertaining, I'm inspiring. I also, paint an image of a black male. Like how many people that can change platforms like that and present himself in a positive light.
Right.
So not only I'm a gamer, just knowledgeable in this different areas of subjects, but I also do more outside of that too.
That's really cool, man. I used to model when I was younger, and it was a lot of fun. And it's funny, I only did it because a
Yeah.
friend of mine was trying to talk to some girl, and she was like, "Well, come model with us." And he was like, "Bro, do it with me." I was like, "I ain't doing it. I'm too short." And I got into it, and it was a lot of fun. Um, so it's cool that you're into so many different things. Let me show the people this, um, which is kind of dope. Guys, check it out.
Yes,
Some
sir.
yeah, some of the pictures. I thought this was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was taken around Halloween. Yep.
Hmm. Yeah, that's cool, man. I love this is I love this blue right here, man, with the tie. Yeah.
Me
So
too. Yeah, definitely.
I worked at a company, pharmaceutical market research company for 20 years. So I was always dressing up. And so I'm known to be wearing shoes and being dressed up. And actually, if you look at all my pictures, I always got a suit on, and my thumbnails and all that stuff because that was more me. Now I work from home. So I just grab, I work from home. So I just grab t-shirts in the morning. But so I miss dressing up. I always like that. Also, I haven't did it in a while, but I was a part-time MC for a while where I host weddings, events,
Okay.
parties, galas. And so public speaking is just a thing of mine. And so it was always cool just getting dressed up, having a fresh suit. And I just love the energy going out and using my energy because I'm always bouncing off the wall, to bring people, out. Like you would probably be a really good MC. I could see you doing that, man.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that's so you got a good personality for that. That was pretty cool. I would do a wedding, do a couple hours, making $350. That was like a basic wedding. That was cool. But to be a part of somebody's special day like that is just amazing. Like I'm the guy saying coming out for the first time is Mr. and Mrs. And it was just cool, like wow. And a lot of times I say MC, people think like, oh, you're a rapper. I'm like, no. You're a DJ? No, I'm the master of ceremonies. I'm the host. But it's cool, man.
Right.
Which one of these pictures you like the most?
Man, it just depends on the chemistry and like what I put into it and the suits and everything. Like that one in the with the spider that was taken on Halloween. This was
Okay.
taken in the bar.
Oh, which one?
Yeah, that
This
was
one?
taken on Halloween. That was taken in the bar. It was
Okay.
just opening up, and my photographer and I, her name's Zuri.
Mhm.
So she's like, let's go in the bar and have some pictures taken. I'm like, okay, why not? Just introducing me to like a different
Right.
element to where I, saying show a part of myself, and I like that. I like that
I
navy
like.
blue suit. That's definitely stick out. This was taken during early Christmas, like around December,
Mhm. Yeah,
early
I like the
early in
necklace. I
December.
like the charm. You don't
Thank
like the
you.
anchor? I like the charm.
Yep. Because I always like to see myself as like, okay, like like I always see myself, envision myself in a catalog, one of those men's catalog magazines, to where you'll see me, but every part of me is like it's something you can see yourself wearing too. Like, oh,
Right.
okay, you see these shoes, these loafers and shoes, $75. Okay, he looks good in those jeans or in that suit. How much? Like, get you like intrigued and interested because I wear it and make it look good. I like things making look good on me, so that way I inspire people to look good.
Yeah, I mean that's part of your modeling thinking. You know, you model something with the intent that someone wants to wear what you're wearing. You know, so what I
Yep,
like about
it's,
the
it's always
interview,
intentional. It's for a purpose.
different people, not the people. Will only interview these really big. No, yeah, man. I mean, it's cool to just imagine interviewing people and then you end up finding out that you love their content. That's what I like, is to hear you know, people doing stuff, and next thing you know, people will be like, "Oh, did you see this person's video?" I'm like, "Oh wow, I didn't even know you was watching them." You know, that's cool. You know, he said the end goal for me is money, and then will be peace. Oh man, he said sick pictures. Yeah, definitely, man. All right, well, on that note, I know I said it a bunch of times, but for real this time, yeah, let's call it there. Definitely it's been cool, Platinum. We definitely got to play some more games together. Are you getting
Yes.
Helldivers too?
When does it come out?
February 7th, I think, or 8th, something like that.
Okay. I
I
might
know.
be down to it. I might be
Re-
open to it. You
yeah,
know, I
reason why.
played the first one. I have a platinum because it's a long grind.
Okay.
But you know, if I could, hopefully, it's achievable this time around because I'm a
Right.
trophy hunter. So I would definitely give it a shot and check out the game because I didn't know it was coming out, when it was coming
Right.
out, or uh, I don't know what the gameplay is like, if it's the same or
Gotcha.
different. I have so many questions, you know.
Oh wow. Wow. Oh yeah, it's totally different. Yeah, the other one, yeah, so it looked like a whole different game. But reason why I bring it up, I've been asking people, it seemed like so it's been a while since I had a multiplayer game that I knew a lot of people like to play together. Last game for me was Marvel Avengers. And this looks like it's gonna be a game because there's no PvP, it's just PvE. And we're getting together fighting giant, it looks like pretty much like Starship Troopers. Like we're fighting giant insects, and one person might have a big cannon, and you run up, and your job is to load the cannon, and they gotta aim it and shoot this big creature as it's about to smash out, while somebody else is shooting it to divert its attention, so you guys could launch a rocket. And so it looks like, oh wow, this might be. I got my eye on it. You know, I mean, I already game locked it, so I'm gonna get it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Probably 3 days after it comes out. But then somebody Rudigs, he's doing a giveaway. So anytime somebody watch one of his shows, he does a raffle, and every time you win, you get a ticket for the final raffle he's going to give off on February 7th. So if I win
Oh,
that,
nice.
cool.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah, man. But yeah, please give me all your info, guys. Remember, I'm gonna
I
put all
will.
his info in the description, and please hit up the Discord, man, and just go to share your content. Let us find you. You know, some people probably
Oh,
forget
yeah, I
this
will.
interview or miss this interview, but every time you put your content in, the notification comes up. People like, oh, somebody threw something in the stream your content, and look like, oh, let me check out his thing. Whether it's on Twitter or wherever you go, or I mean Twitch or whatever, like just throw it in there. You know.
Okay, I will. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's like my little way of kind of giving back, you know, as much as I can, you know. Help like people find other people. You know, how cool that would be. You know. All right, Platinum. Well, look, I'm gonna end this, but when the intro's over, if you want to sit backstage and chat for a little bit, we could do that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
for sure, man.
Yeah. So let me roll the credits, so to speak. But guys, this was cool. You know what it is. It's the Cowboy, King of Entertainment. This was Platinum Godfather. There was another
Woo!
Real with the Cowboy. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for We Wrestle Wednesdays. It's gonna be cool. We got a brand new championship. The all new We Wrestle Wednesdays 1v1 champion. And that means that it's only a 1v1. Bio is the first ever crown champion last week. And so tomorrow he's going to have to defend his title against someone one-on-one. So that's going to be pretty exciting. And then Thursday, I'm going to do the reality talk show. And you might like that. I got a bunch of topics, guys, crazy topics. We're going to cover, it's no gaming. It's just all reality stuff. So I'm going to do that on Thursday. And then I got a bunch more content I'll be putting out, a bunch of vlogs. So with that being said, oh, he said, I'm ready for it. Definitely, man. It's going to be cool. Yeah, I hope. So with that being said, guys, we're going to get out of here. And now, your mama knows.
I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy. Oh, man. And now, your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon.